for you? Huh? Boo! That's the real Halloween. Bernie Sanders primary? Yeah. Yeah, that's what scared them. That's their Halloween. What the Democratic Party is afraid of, in this instance, is if they adopt clear and consistent messaging, which not only pushes back against the fear of Republicans, but also adopts a strong economically populist political agenda. Even an economically populist agenda, which is beneficial for their corporate benefactors, of which there are many, like the infrastructure bill. You know? Good American infrastructure, good American healthcare, these things can benefit everyone, including corporations. This is like an almost universal W. But if they push for it too hard, folks, if they push for it too hard, who ends up looking a hell of a lot better? It's us. The harder Democrats go for economic populist messaging, the easier it is for us to use those talking points to bolster our own campaigns, because it blurs the line between us and them. If Democrats, moderate Democrats, are running around going, yeah, we need to do this and that, and, you know, the working class is being supplanted by the blue, you know, it becomes a lot harder for them to turn around and call us radical socialists who don't know what we're talking about. Because we're saying the same thing, just, you know, more honestly and more completely. You understand what I'm saying? They have to maintain that distinction, because that distinction is the easiest way for us to kind of go apart. We're already getting a stronger and stronger hold with every successive election, so that's probably something they're really terrified of. Republicans don't have to worry about this, because the far-right, crazy populist Republicans are equally in line with the corporate interests, you know? The only corporate interests that the far-right QAnon types don't like are like tech companies, because they get banned for saying the. That's the only big corporate interest that they're not in line with. Apart from that, the far right of the Republican Party is just as good for corporations as the regular neocon Bush-era Republican Party. So for that reason, they're not as concerned with gatekeeping, because a lack of gatekeeping doesn't fundamentally threaten corporate power in the way that the existence of gatekeeping prevents in the Democratic Party. So to sum it all up, we have a complicated network of competing political interests here, folks, okay? The Democratic Party is full of people who genuinely care about making the world a better place. However, some knowingly and some unknowingly, they are all in line with the system that prioritizes a complicitness with corporate power. We live in a capitalist country. Knowingly or unknowingly, they are architects of a system of exclusion, which not only makes it harder for people like us to win, see what happened with, you know, India, but it also makes it more difficult for them to adopt talking points that they know would empower our political movement. Because they can't adopt those talking points, they have difficulty uniting behind really strong populist messaging, which would be the easiest way to get high voter turnout in the districts that apparently don't give a fuck about them when they're not being threatened by Trump's potential victory. That's the only path forward for the Democratic Party, and that's why Dems are fucked in 2022 unless they're willing to bite that bullet. They either need to accept that they are going to lose to the Republicans forever onward, or they are going to have to tread ever closer to our side of the fence. In the same way that Republicans have trended closer and closer to fascism with time, Democrats must trend closer and closer to socialism with time. The old battle begins yet again, because the alternative is perpetual irrelevance, where Democrats are at best a toss-up for the national elections and at worst unfavored, and locally they're only in safe, they're only a shoo-in in like safe blue counties and states, and outside of that, it's either a toss-up or a win for Republicans. And in a country where there are far more people who agree with us on every policy position than people who agree with Republicans on theirs, that is an unacceptable thing to me. Completely unacceptable. This is not a country where people are on a toss-up between Republican and Democrat positions. They're on a toss-up between Republicans and Democrats, and that's a very sad place to be. Nice. There. We did it. Do I agree? Do I agree with what? With everything that I just said? I do agree with everything that I just said. I do believe that. Sorry, say that again. I missed it. Yeah. You cunts. Oh, if you're watching right now, make sure to sub both to this channel and the Vosh Pit. And Twitch, if you're watching right now but not following, you're a cuck. You should follow. I want to prioritize some more stuff for Twitch, you know, get you guys some cute emotes. But I'm only going to do it if I feel like it's worth it. And by worth it, I mean, be nice to me in chat. I love you. Excuse me.
Oh, got a calculator now. So let's see. So I have 120 divided by... That's like 2.5?
Yes, I do agree with Bosch. Bosch. Republicans won the populace when they managed to make themselves the small business party and Dems the corporate party. Look, it's just the fact it's so fucking astonishing to me that the Republicans are a minority in this country, but they set every single talking point. Seriously. Like every single one. All of them. Like every time we discuss a culture war talking point, a major political issue, anytime like an issue gets reframed, it's always them. Why don't Democrats do this? Why? I want to live in a country where Democrats are screaming. I want to live in a country where Joe Biden is screaming from the White House pulpit about how Donald Trump is a pedophile and a friend of Epstein. Why not? Do it. Do it, you fucking pussy! You fucking coward! Fucking do it! Throw up pictures of Trump fucking standing like, I don't care! Fucking do it! Do anything! Everything! Do all of it! All the time!
Boop, boop, boop.
Why don't voters give what the VA Dems have? Why don't voters give credit to what the VA Dems have done? This is why.
Because democracy basically means government by the people, of the people, for the people. But the people are retarded. Because
Extremely true. This is Socrates, by the way. That's how you know it's wise. Incredibly true. And before you all forget, you're retarded too, and so am I. Okay? You fucking idiots. Don't think that doesn't apply to you. There we go. Be united in your understanding. What the fuck did I do? Do you think Dems care about long-term survival of their party long enough to bite the bullet on democratic socialist populism? Probably not. Good luck out there. I knew Socrates personally, and he never would have said that. Okay, well, I've read about Socrates in history textbooks, and I feel like he absolutely would have. No, I'm not covering Tucker's new January 6th doc. I'm on YouTube, not Twitch. I can't get away with that copyright shit. Gonna put my tinfoil hat on. How do you know Dems aren't fine with being irrelevant? Oh, I'm sure a lot of them are. Why would Democrats, like, care about winning? Not like the individual people who are running. I'm sure they care a great deal. Why would the party leadership care about whether or not they win? Why the fuck, why would they care? What material interest do they have in winning? Like,
Good enough.
like, oh, you won? You get some attention? Oh, great, now everything's your fault. At least if you lose, you can criticize from the sidelines with no consequences. That's way easier. Being the opposition, being the failed opposition is a far, far easier, you know, prospect.
Right.
Way, way easier to manage.
So...
Just using fear tactics to get people to vote without delivering on policy sounds like some Dem shill shit. Well, you should do both. But it's not just fear tactics. It's just engaging in good political messaging. Republicans fucking suck. They're so bad at it. They're so fucking... Oh, sorry, Republicans. Wait. Well, Republicans do suck. But Democrats are so fucking bad at messaging.
60.
They're so horrible at messaging. They're terrible
60,
at it.
so that's 120.
Guys, when do you hear headlines from Democrats saying something that redirects national discussion? Seriously.
60.
Like, it's bizarre how incapable they are of doing it. It's always
Alright, so I
Republicans.
can't-
Republicans are always the ones who do it.
This is dumb.
Democrats have a literal majority. They're in power, and their policies are more popular, and they still have no control over it. Republicans successfully painted Democrats as an out-of-touch liberal elites from San Francisco, and what have Democrats painted Republicans as? Hillary Clinton said deplorables 5 years ago, Trump adopted it with pride, and since then Democrats have been terrified of criticizing the Republican base. They don't even say anything. They don't criticize Republicans. Not the party, they don't do or say anything. When was the last time the Democrats even started? I don't know. I'm sure they do every once in a while. With how broad like cultural phenomenon is as a term.
What are...
Fuck, I wish I could share this with you guys. God damn it. Secret memes. Alright. What are we doing? Oh, fuck, we gotta talk about the trans thing. That's right. Stay mad. I like preserving that mystique, you know? Oh. Yeah, we gotta talk about the trans thing. Yeah, hold on. Oh god, there's so much to get into here. There are so many memes. Quick meme before the BBC segment. I didn't tweet this yesterday because I originally thought this circulating photo was from the other. What? Wait, I saw this. Is this real? Hey, Lilith. Hey, Stardust earlier. Wait, is this real? I think so. He used it in a quote, I believe. What quote? What quote did he feel the need to... Alright. Look, if it was tactical.
Oh, I want
If it was tactical. I see, Saxton Hale. Huh. He was singing along to his favorite song. Oh no, he went up there and did the Kendrick Lamar. If it pleases the court, I'd like to open this session with a recitation of my favorite little ditty from a Mr. Lamar. And he like pull out the mic, you know? Alright. Alright. Some words from the circulation. Oh, we know, don't worry. Don't worry. You know what, Celine, we'll even use your fucking screenshot. Why not? Oh, by the way, it's not here quite yet, but White should be adding it today. We have a very, very, very good emote that we're adding to the sub-only section, okay? It's a very, very good one. So if you want that emote, here, I'll show it. Is it better than Vorse? It's pretty good. Okay, come on. Come on, that's pretty good, right? I think that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Why sub only, you rich piece of shit? Just so you know, like, the vast majority of my cool emotes are not sub only, okay? However, we do need to hold you motherfuckers to account, okay? Okay, wait, hold on. Let me just... This fucking... There we go. Okay, we have that, we've got this. Is that everything we need? I think that's everything we need. Okay. So who here heard about the BBC transphobic article from like a week ago? I'm sure at least some of you did. At least some of you did. This is that article. You're not going to, you know, you're not going to believe me, but I don't actually think it's the best article out there. We're being pressured into sex by some trans women. Nice. It's an article about lesbian women who feel they're being pressured into sex by trans women. You know, phenomenal discourse here. So before you get bored, we're going to dive into this, and it's some very funny stuff that's happened afterwards. But one of the people who contributed to this document went so far as to type out an unhinged, borderline genocidal, transphobic scream that I think if I read out loud, I would get TOS. We have the red and black blood splotch background to really capture how unhinged this is. But we're going to start from the beginning, okay? So there's this discourse about genital preferences that I think is completely unhinged and doesn't exist outside of TikTok. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I have never met a trans woman who, at any point, who has been weird about or pressured people who are into women but not into penises into having sex with the trans woman who has... I've just never seen that happen. I haven't. Now, do some trans women do this? Statistically, it's inevitable. However, people from all sexual and gender, backgrounds sometimes are creepy and pressure people into sex, right? This is hardly a trans woman exclusive phenomenon, isn't it? It's like, well, there's a fraction of trans women who pressure people into sex. It's like, okay, well, there's a fraction of every group that does that. Jesus, I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying, you know, I feel like when you select for this in a way that makes it look like trans women are the big problem here, you're being, you know what I mean? It's very weird. It's very strange why you do that. But anyway, let's get into it. Let's take a look at that BBC article. Huh? So, quote, I've had someone saying they would rather kill me than Hitler. I've been there, 24-year-old Jenny. They said they would strangle me with a belt if they were in a room with me and Hitler. That was so bizarrely violent, just because I won't have sex with trans women. Nice. Jenny is a lesbian woman. He says she is only sexually attracted to women who are biologically female and have vaginas. He therefore only has sex and relationships with women who are biologically female. Jenny doesn't think this should be controversial, but not everyone agrees. She has been described as a transphobic, a genital fetishist, a pervert, and a TERF, a trans-exclusionary radical feminist. Already I can see the issue. So, here, I'll give you guys a little bit of a cheat code to this discourse, okay? I think that genital preferences are valid. Dicks and vaginas are different. I'm sorry, guys. If you've been sleeping with women your whole life, and you're used to vagina, and it's like, oh, here's a lady, but they've got a dick, the dicks are different. Not to say it's not something a woman could have, it's just different, you know? I don't think there's anything wrong. The issue is, you know, oftentimes what you'll see is a lesbian woman will be like, yeah, I'm not really into penises. And people will be like, okay. And then the lesbian woman will continue by saying, because I'm only attracted to real women who are biologically women, who have biologically female pussies, and I'm not into fake women who are actually men with their penises that are men's penises. And then people will go, wow, that was pretty transphobic of you. And the lesbian will go, I'm being called transphobic for not wanting to sleep with trans women? This literally, this is like 90% of the time how this goes down, okay? I've like every time this happens, it's like I'm being attacked for this. It's like, well, no, it's, you know, it's adjacent stuff. Again, has it never happened? I'm sure it has. There are the genital preferences discourse is the thing that has happened in real life, and there are people who are weird about it, but you can be weird about it without being like rapey or like pressuring people into it. I don't think being weird about it is the same as like coercing people into sex over it, and of that tiny minority of a minority of a minority who do pressure people into it, again, I don't know how disproportionate that is. Might even be less disproportionate. Guys, I'll put it this way, okay? Trans women are way the fuck more self-conscious about how they come off when they are, you know, trying to cajole women into sex than men are, okay? Talk to a trans woman, okay? Men are like, yeah, dude, bitches love dick. I'm just fucking stumbling into the frat party. Trans women tend to be a hell of a lot more conscious about that stuff. Generally speaking. Not all, often. But let's read the article. It's gonna take forever. There's that common argument they try that goes, so what if you met a woman in a bar and she's really beautiful and you got on really well and you went home and discovered she had a penis? Would you just not be interested? Yes, because even if someone seems attractive at first, you can go off them. I just don't possess the capacity to be sexually attracted to people who are biologically male, regardless of how they identify. See, so this right here would be like the language that would get you called a transphobe, right? If you just say, I'm just not sexually attracted to people who have penises, I don't think people would really take affront to that. But the whole, regardless of how they identify biologically and other stuff, aligns with, like, transphobic rhetoric pretty hard. So. Anyhow, I became aware of this issue. Several people got in touch with me to say there was a huge problem for lesbians who were being pressured to accept the idea that a penis can be a female sexual organ. Again, we're doing it again with the transphobia. So, if you're not attracted to penises, that's fine. But the way they keep describing this is like, a penis can never be female. Like the obsession with sexual differentiation here, like the sexual distinction, the markers, as opposed to just saying, I'm not into dick, is interesting to me, right? It's almost like their problem is more to do with the transness than the penis. Why are we even giving this stupid article attention? Because it got a huge amount of attention, and there's a ton of discourse over it, and you're an idiot. What do you mean? You think this article is only going to get attention because streamer Vouch covered it? Like, oh, this little-known BBC article that only got a fuck ton of people talking about it with the consequences following from it. It has a good punchline, exactly, Salim. Anyway. It has been difficult to determine the true scale of this problem because there's been little research on this topic, only one survey to my knowledge. However, those affected have told me the pressure comes from a minority of trans women as well as activists who are not necessarily trans themselves. Very nice. One thing every lesbian deals with is straight dudes telling them if only they'd give them a chance, they might realize they're actually straight. Trans activists have that same energy. Let people date who they want to date. If someone rejects you, it's none of your business why. So, here's just a tweet, I guess. By the way, spoilers, this article is basically just a compilation of anecdotes from transphobes. There's not, like, any data here that we're gonna find, in case you were curious, you know. Anyway, anecdotes of people saying that they were... Oh, here we go. I know there is zero possibility for me to be attracted to this person, said Amy. I can hear their male vocal cords. I can see their male jawline. I know under their clothes there is male genitalia. These are physical realities that, as a woman who likes women, you just can't ignore. So, Contra talked about this, I think, in one of her videos, but language like this, yeah, the burgeoning, language like this is actually sexist, not just transphobic. See, what they call male jawline, male vocal cords, there are cis women who have what they're describing here, right? Like, if you who here has gone outside? I know a lot of you haven't, but if you have, you might notice that there are people who are cisgender and women who have deeper voices and, like, broader jaws. It's kind of crazy, right? Now, those may not be, like, stereotypically feminine characteristics, but a lot of lesbian women who look like that are, like, butch lesbians, right? I've been to gay bars. I've been to, you know, like, queer clubs or whatever. Butch lesbians sometimes... well, I'll say this much, okay? I've seen plenty of butch, cisgender lesbians who, if they approached a TERF, would have a bunch of accusations of being a man in disguise thrown at them. I'll say that much, okay? So, if you go on Twitter, you'll see this all the time. You will see examples of cisgender women who are
30.
pro-trans getting accused of being trans by TERFs, and the TERFs are like, we can see your burgeoning jawline and your fat fucking your giant man hands in these pictures, and it's a cis woman. Like, it's just, sometimes it's like a feminine cis woman too. Like they're just making this shit up, you know what I mean? Anyway, look, by the way, if there's like a trans woman who you're not attracted to, it's possible to be not attracted to them without being weird about it. You know? Like, you can just not be weird about it. That's a choice you have. You know what I mean? I felt very bad for hating every moment. Another lesbian woman, 26-year-old Chloe, or Chloe, as it's, you know, traditionally known, said she felt so pressured she ended up having penetrative sex with trans women at university after repeatedly explaining she was not interested. Okay. I felt very bad for hating every moment because the idea is we are attracted to gender rather than sex, and I did not feel that, and I felt bad for feeling like that. I'm not really inclined to believe any people who would contribute to like a transphobic op-ed, but if this is the case, then you were pressured into it, then that's pretty like rapey, but I don't know what... I don't... Like, this also happens with like cis men and cis women, so I don't know what... Yeah, okay. Well. Yeah, it's just a collection of anecdotes. Like, you could, if you were just pulling from anecdotes, you could, like, find tons of examples of, like, trans women doing bad shit, but you could also find examples of, hey, well, spoilers, you can also find examples of cis lesbians being rather Joker-like themselves, you know? You know, spoilers. It's been known to happen. Hearing about these experiences led one lesbian activist to begin researching the topic. Angela C. Wilde is co-founder of Get the L Out, whose members believe the rights of lesbians are being ignored by much of the current LGBT movement. Lovely. She and her fellow activists have demonstrated at pride marches in the UK where they have faced opposition. I wonder why. Pride in London accused the group of bigotry, ignorance, and hate. Well, if I Google Get the L Out, which is a lovely name, by the way, I wonder... what type of, you know, stuff I'll see associated. Let's see. Okay. We stand against any kind of misogynistic politics and systems that prioritize men's interests. Queer politics and transgenderism, they're lesbians, and they're against queer politics. Right-wing politics, left-wing politics, patriarchal religious institutions, men's rights activism, racism, and capitalism. So they're against queer politics, but they're lesbian. They're against left-wing politics and capitalism. They're against racism and left-wing politics. Not left, not right, but forward. Guys, I'm gonna take a guess that none of this means anything, and that the real messaging is actually right here. Lesbians are same-sex attracted. Lesbians do not have penises. Lesbians do not want to have sex with men who identify as trans women. I'm just gonna guess that this is like meaningless political jargon that they crafted up to sort of obfuscate the real purpose of the movement. And this is the actual, oh, and a typo on the main page. Nice. And this is the actual thing they care about. Like, imagine having an activist movement where the first half of your front page is meaningless jargon and the second half is talking about genitalia. I don't know, guys. Anyway, apparently they've been accused of bigotry, ignorance, and hate. Can't imagine why. Lesbians are still extremely scared to speak because they think they won't be believed because the trans ideology is so silencing everywhere. Angela created a questionnaire for lesbians and distributed it via social media and then published the results. She said of the 80 women who did respond, 80 women on social media distributed from an organizer of an anti-trans hate group. 80 people A sample size of 80 people from your, what, Facebook group? Hey, can we do a poll in chat? How many people think, here think all the people at Get the L Out are rapists? Can we get a poll? Yes or no? I'm gonna publish this one. This one's going in the goddamn journal. Fucking poll isn't out yet, you troglodytes. There you go. There we go.
So if it's 60,
I love democracy. Pile it in.
So I need 8.
2 is weird, champ. Imagine not believing every single one of them are rapists. Anyway, we're about to find out at least one of them are, I think. She said of the 80 women who responded, 56% reported being pressured or coerced to accept a trans woman as a sexual partner. Nice. They probably mean like somebody tweeted at them saying they were transphobic or something. Very nice. Oh, 292 votes cast. With that one chat poll, we actually did nearly 4 times the sample size pulled from their group. Yeah, we need the BBC to publish this. Absolutely. While acknowledging the sample may not be representative of the wider lesbian community. Yeah. He believes it was important to capture their points of view and stories. Anyway, this goes on for a while. Okay. What I'm about to say is going to sound really fucking mean, but every single one of these women would be clocked as trans by TERFs on Twitter if they posted pro-trans stuff. This is exactly what I fucking mean. Just saying, okay? Look, again, I am legitimately not doing this as a dig. I'm only pointing out that their standards of gatekeeping are completely fucking arbitrary, okay? Holy shit, I have seen far more feminine people, far less butch women, be accused of being trans. Just... Aren't TERFs just misandrists? Well, a lot of them are, yeah. They project that hatred of men onto trans women because their hatred of men is biologically essentialist, so, yeah. Anyway, the person here in the bottom left is Angela C. Wilde. That's the person who did the research. Yeah. Anyway, one compared going on dates with trans women to so-called conversion therapy. Nice. Another reported a trans woman physically forced her to have sex after they went on a date. Okay, that's rape whether or not it's a trans woman or not, okay? They threatened to out me as a TERF and risk my job if I refused to sleep with them. I was too young to argue and had been brainwashed by queer theory, so they were a woman even if every fiber of my being was Wait, hold on. They used physical force. Okay, well, yeah, if they used physical force, it's unambiguously rape. I never know. It's always so, like, you're always navigating a jungle of dog whistles with these people, you know? Anyway, transphobia, blah, blah, blah. Oh, nice! Here's Rose of Dawn, Blair White's understudy. This is the, Big Bull Siu, person. Trans YouTuber Rose of Dawn said some of her lesbian friends have been pressured to accept trans women as sexual partners. Pick me, pick me, pick me. I'll never understand how much you have to hate yourself to, like, be like, yeah, I want to be part of this article full of people saying that I'm, like, a rapist and also that I'm a man. It's a little strange. Not something I'd do, you know, but personal choices, I guess. Anyway, Rose talks for a while, and you can go watch any one of her videos if you want. Now we have tweets. Here's a tweet which was ratioed into mega oblivion. Let's see if there's anything wrong with this tweet. I like dick. Girl with dick says, hey, want a date? Oh no, I only like dick on guys. Guy responds to date ads. Sup, girl? Guy has a vagina. Oh, sorry, I only like guys with dicks. Both cases, trans people are left in the cold. Genital preferences are transphobic. Wait, if this got ratioed into oblivion, wouldn't this be an indication that this idea is very popular? Because I disagree. Like, I think genital preferences are legitimate. If you aren't attracted to penises or vaginas, then that's fine. I think that's fine. But if this got ratioed into infinity, doesn't that mean this isn't, like, a very popular sentiment? By the way, I just want to say that I have a large trans following. There are a lot of trans people in my community. And legit, like overwhelmingly, they're on board with the idea that while you should be open and accepting, generally, it's okay to have genital preferences. You know? Overwhelmingly, right? I just want to say, by the way... Oh, hold on. We still have the 1984 chat on. We're well past the first 2 minutes of the segment. I just want to say, by the way... There, we turned it off. You can say swears now. I just want to say, like... I think more people would be happier if they were more open and exploratory with their potential sexual interests in terms of, like, both what they want to do with people and who they want to do it with. But that, like, process of boundary pushing is an internal thing that you should proceed at on your own pace. And if you're just not attracted to dick, then that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
2, 3,
That's
4,
fine.
5,
That's
6,
fine.
7, 8.
That's fine.
At least for now.
But let's move it along. Trans athlete Veronica Ivy, previously known as Rachel McKinnon, believes genital preferences are transphobic. Thank you for the ratioed tweet from 2019 and the irrelevant departure from this collection of anecdotes. Rose of Dawn says some stuff. Very nice. Debbie Hayton has been accused of propagating hate speech against the trans community despite being trans herself. Okay. Thank you. Science teacher who transitioned in 2012 worries some people transition without realizing how hard it'll be to form relationships. Well, back in 2012, maybe. At least in major cities, I feel like it's getting easier and easier every year, right? Like, it's still probably much harder to find relationships as a trans person than as a cis person, but it's definitely getting better. That's nice. Also, isn't this also the case for lesbian women? Like, nobody, oh, I want to transition, but it'll be hard to get a date afterwards. Oh, never mind, I won't then. I'll just live in my male identity for my whole... What are you talking about? What? You're
Nope.
Trans.
That's as mentioned.
Do you know that? Like, what do you... Shut up. Jesus. Anyway, Stonewall LGBT organization, Pog. Very good, great, amazing, great, phenomenal, fantastic, thank you. Don't care, didn't ask, continue to not ask. Why does she think there's been so little research? I think research is probably discouraged primarily because it would be characterized as a deliberately discriminatory project. Possibly? That could maybe be a thing some people might have some concerns with or about. Maybe, possibly. You know, if you think about it a little bit. Here we go. The term cotton ceiling is sometimes used when discussing these issues, but it's controversial.
I know that produces...
It stems from glass ceiling, which refers to an invisible barrier preventing women from climbing to the top of the career ladder. Cotton is a reference to women's underwear, with the phrase intended to represent the difficulty some trans women feel they face when seeking relationships or sex. What? Cotton? Doesn't everyone wear cotton underwear? Is my underwear not cotton? Don't we all... Isn't that, like, the most common fabric? Okay. I guess it's... Okay. The term is first thought to have been used in 2012 by a trans porn actress going by the name of Drew DeVoe. She no longer works in the industry, and I have not been able to contact her. However, I spoke to a former porn performer and director who believes she inspired DeVoe to use it. Lily Cade, who worked in the industry for 10 years, went by the label Porn Valley's Gold Star Lesbian because she's only had sex with other women. Cool. Lily was asked to do a scene with DeVoe in Toronto and initially agreed after looking at photos of her, but she backed out in advance after discovering online that she was a trans woman. Now, by the way, I just want to say, so far, I don't necessarily think there's anything wrong with this. If you don't want to have sex with a person with a penis, that's fine. That's your right. My sex drive is oriented towards women. I couldn't see past the fact that I was interacting with male genitalia altered by surgery and not the reproductive organ of a female ape. Oh wait, they had bottom surgery? Female ape? I think transphobia might actually be the second worst thing in this paragraph. There's something weirder going on here. Feeling guilty, Lily sent DeVoe an email in which she apologized for being, quote, the worst girl in the whole history of the world. Oof. Major fucking psycho vibes right there. Holy shit. This is such fucking foreshadowing, dude. Holy shit. You couldn't have... This is being written like a fucking horror novella. I felt really bad about the way that I felt about this, and I did feel that way. I made the choice to say something about it and to back out. Lily said she was criticized on Twitter at the time, but only among very fringe queer porno people. Yeah, which is like what? Like 12 people? Jesus. However, in 20... What time? Like 5-6 years ago? That couldn't have been that many people. However, the concept of the cotton ceiling came to wider attention when it was used at the title of a workshop by Planned Parenthood Toronto. Again, I really don't know who needs to hear this, but underwear is made of cotton most of the time, whether it's for women or for men. Just to inform you. I think that's just generally the fabric they make underwear out of. I don't know why this is the term that they're using. The workshop was about breaking barriers down for queer trans women, blah blah. Lily said, I thought it was kind of gross. The language is gross because you are evoking the metaphor of the glass ceiling, which is about women being oppressed. So saying that if someone doesn't want to have sex with you, that person is oppressing with you. Or oppressing you. That's not what it's about. It's just about identifying barriers, strategizing ways to overcome them, and building community, but okay. The trans woman who led the workshop declined to speak to the BBC, but Planned Parenthood Toronto stood by its decision to hold the workshop. In a statement sent to the BBC, Executive Director Sarah Hobbs said the workshop was, quote, never intended to advocate or promote overcoming any individual woman's objection to sexual activity, end quote. Yeah, no shit, it never said that it was. Instead, she said the workshop explored, quote, the ways in which the ideologies of transphobia and transmisogyny impact sexual desire, end quote. I think that's a valid thing to talk about. And then they go on for a while. Hey, I know this person. Riley, what's up? Having a good one. We talk for a little more on the idea, you know? Having a good time. Learning about stuff. Uncomfortably large photo of a person very close to the camera. Thank you. I don't know what, like, this is a good space for a person to fill up in an article, okay? You know, this is about 1/3 of the vertical length of my screen. This is too much space. This is too much. This is, can I make the joke here? Annie O'Brien, spokeswoman for a New Zealand group called Speak Up for Women. Okay, so it's a turf, thank you. So this person right here, okay, this is too close, and I feel like this is a little too sexually aggressive, okay? When will cis women learn to stop violating my comfort? Annie, who's 30, told the BBC she's concerned for the generation of lesbians who are now in their teens. What we are seeing is a regression where once again young lesbians are being told, how do you know you don't like dick if you haven't tried it? Okay, to be fair, I do think this is a valid thing to be asked of anyone, okay? So I think this is a fair thing to say if you're ubiquitous and consistent, okay? Go up to straight dudes. They're like, yeah, dude, I like pussy. Maybe you like dick. Nah, dude, I don't. Well, maybe you do. How do you know? Like, I don't think... In and of itself, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If you're pressuring people, that's different, but... Vosh shaming straight dudes and lesbian chicks. I mean, I'll do anything and everything I can to shame straight dudes. Thank you. Absolutely I can. Lol, this is such a pancake. Okay, hold on. If you think you're being, like, invalidated by somebody saying, how do you know you don't like dick if you haven't tried it, then you need to harden the fuck up, okay? Legit. Just this sentence, like, you read this and you're like, oh my god, my identity. Like, come on, chill, okay? Genitals and should accept that when somebody says they're a woman and that's not what homosexuality is. We get told we should be looking beyond genitals and should accept that someone says they're a woman and that's not what homosexuality is. Oh, okay, yeah, so they're saying trans women are women, right? You don't see as many trans men interested in gay men, so they don't get it. What? Wait, I know, wait, I know plenty of trans men who are into gay men. Wait, I think literally every single trans man that I know is interested in men, either because they're gay or pan. By trans men, do they mean trans women? I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know. Then we have a collection of tweets. Very good research here, and I've decided I don't care. So why did we go over all of that? Well, first of all, I think it's incredibly important for us to point out that this is cringe. Okay? So this was put out, let me be clear, by BBC News. It's not just some like random op-ed that was tossed out there in like the shit end of the toilet site, okay? This was put out there by the news, and it's just a collection of anecdotes and at most one survey with 80 respondents, which we quadrupled, by the way, in 30 seconds, which was done within a community that is also a hate group. Yeah, this isn't a Medium article. This is BBC News. That's the reason why it got so much attention. So, I just want to say right off the bat, okay? The fact that this is considered worthy of a news article is despicable and a serious black mark on BBC's journalistic credibility. I don't know what kind of insane fucking concussion-induced decision-making was made behind the scenes to lead anyone to believe it was acceptable to produce this as news. This would be garbage as an op-ed. As a news article, it is unacceptable. This isn't even just about transphobia, by the way. This is about the basic standard of journalistic credibility that all organizations should be held to. Thank you for the links. Even if there wasn't any transphobia, even if it was a completely impartial, defensible even if it was a completely defensible sentiment, the standard for acceptable journalism here is dramatically lower than what it should be expected to be. And do you know why it is? I can't know this for sure, but I'm willing to confirm. It's because of transphobia, folks. They wanted to capture an audience of transphobes by pushing this out, and the best they could do is a hodgepodge collection of anecdotes, because this is always how racists, sexists, transphobes, whatever, best deliver their messaging. You have the poor, threatened, woeful lesbians, at least a few of them, who already have an ideological bias towards transphobia, and a couple of tweets. And you throw it all together with a Twitter poll, and this is news, essentially. Can you imagine, and I'm being serious, by the way, and this is, I think this is a very fair comparison. Can you imagine if something like this was done with race relations? Imagine if this level of journalistic standard was applied with this level of bias to a racial issue. About people who live in inner cities saying that they fear black people. And, like, you have a couple of anecdotes from, like, some white people who say they got mugged by a black guy once. And then they take an 80-person Facebook poll from a hate group saying that, yeah, actually, they've been, like, mugged by black people. That is literally what we're talking about. That is completely analogous. 100% completely analogous. It is exactly the same thing. If we saw anything like that come out as a news article, if that came out as an op-ed, by the way, there would still be a furious backlash, just as an op-ed. But as a news article, if something like that were to come out, it would be unfathomable. It would be insane. And the thing is, by the way, if anything, that would actually be more legitimate, because at least when you're mugged, something happened, but a lot of these anecdotes are just about people feeling threatened. So it would actually be like a race-based article where they polled people who said they felt like they might be mugged by black people. Like, some of them are like, yeah, I have been. Others are like, oh, well, yeah, it could happen, I guess. And they just put those together. And then they have a couple of tweets from, like, black people who tweeted in 2018 saying, like, white people need to stop fear-mongering about black people mugging them. And they got ratioed because some, like, alt-right YouTuber quote tweeted it or something. And they're like, bam, there you go. This person says you shouldn't complain, huh? This person says you should shut up, whitey. And it's got, like, quotes from, like, hate groups that are obsessed with, you know, not like removing like woke racial like this, guys, is this not analogous? Do you think I'm making this up? Do you think I'm being hyperbolic here? Do you think this is ridiculous? I think this is perfectly analogous. If you want to, you can make the argument maybe that like race issues are more serious, like historically, like there's more like blood on the line, I guess, but in terms of like the ideas that are being presented, the biases that are being reflected and signal boosted, it seems to me essentially identical. A drastic reduction of acceptable journalistic quality put forward because the BBC is either staffed by people who are transphobic or want to make money inciting outrage and discourse over transphobia. Either way, it's despicable. And the BBC has rejected complaints about its article. They said that this article has met their standards for journalistic credibility. They say they're committed to covering different viewpoints in the name of impartiality, which is a lie, by the way. That is a lie that they're saying. The BBC is not committed to impartiality to the extent that they would publish what anti-black hate groups would have to say about black people in a long news article full of tweets and anecdotes from people who say they're afraid of them. That would not pass their standard of journalistic credibility, I think. But you have this. Now, I can't prove it did or didn't pass their internal standard for credibility. All I can do is say that really says a lot about their standard of credibility. Tweets, anecdotes, and an 80-person poll from a Facebook group. They lied about other trans women not being interviewed. They just didn't publish them. Do you have proof of that, Mad Hatter? That they lied in the original article? Do you have proof of that? Or can you link me proof of that? I'll find the tweet. Please do. Thank you. In response to people who said the piece was, quote, transphobic and poorly evidenced, the BBC said, "We have a strong commitment to impartiality," right, which means we constantly consider and evaluate which stories to cover and how. Impartiality is fundamental and includes covering stories at any point on the spectrum of debate. That's not what impartiality means, by the way. Impartiality does not mean you should cover all positions regardless of their credibility, the evidence supporting them, or the biases they hold. That's not what impartiality means. In fact, it is the height of impartiality to erroneously juxtapose transphobia and anti-transphobia as though they're equivalent ideologically. The BBC article strongly implied no other trans woman would talk to them, but Chelsea Post 666 did, and she told them about Lily Cade's accusers. In addition to Veronica Ivy, I contacted several other high-profile trans women who have either written or spoken about sex and relationships. None of them wanted to speak with me. But Chelsea is saying they did and just didn't publish it? Huh! And not to get ahead of time, but Lily Cade, one of the cis trans... Oh, sorry, not cis trans, Jesus. One of the cis transphobic women in the article, the lesbian porn star who said she was the worst woman in the world, has had a glut of sexual assault allegations thrown against her, some of which she has apparently admitted to. So not only did this article evidently talk to another prominent trans person and not publish that information, but one of the cis lesbians who's terrified of the alleged predatory nature of trans women they did publish is herself a serial predator. Jesus Christ. I still have the Zoom call in my DMs. Apparently Chelsea has evidence that she actually talked. And good on her, by the way, for reporting that. I can't believe the BBC would be so fucking dishonest. Like, legitimately, I don't exactly have, like, high standards for the BBC or anything like that. But this is an incredible low. An addendum to Transactivism UK's open letter to the BBC regarding Lily Cade. Transphobes are very dedicated to their work. Oh, hold on. This is the, no spoilers, guys. We're almost there. So anyway, the BBC sucks. Very nice. Thank you. So anyway, Lily Cade, the aforementioned serial predator, who we just talked about. Now we get back to what Celine linked, where they had a bit of a Joker moment, which has been known to happen, you know, to all of us. But this one was, This one wasn't a Heath Ledger Joker moment. This was more of the Suicide Squad Joker, Jay Leno, right? It wasn't a good one. It was a pretty bad one, actually. Jared Leto. Jay Leno's another one. Sorry. Hold on. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. This was a Jared Leto. Yeah, this is a Jay Leno. Doesn't he kind of look a little bit? Come on. Tell me he wouldn't make a kind of Joker. Like, come on. Look at him. Come on. He totally would. So anyway, Jay Leno Joker. Let's go. Speak truth to power. Crap. I'm gonna get so fucking clipped if I read this out loud. Trans women are men. They know they're men. If these men can't slit the throats these vile persona in public, admit what they've done, take off the dress, look in abject shame. I'm not reading all of this. If you left it up to me, I'd execute every last one of them personally, is what Lily Cade said in this deranged thing. Cancel this, cancel everything. I want to kill all these people, get the wall, put them in the rope, kill, 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 kill. Ironically, trans women are rapists. Again, this is a serial rapist we're talking about here. Kill, 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 kill. Trans women are evil pedophiles who have twisted the minds of your people so badly with annoying, ugly, stupid language, said Lily Cade. Oh, right, the British accent. Thought your children are mutilating their bodies to please him. These people understand attention. Attention is the currency of your horrifying society. Teenage girls want attention more than anything else on earth. I've been offered a choice between mincing TikTok whore and navel-gazing spoiled, rotten, weak, pathetic fake man victims because you sold them out for the smartphone. She is British, right? Lily Cade is American? Look, it's deranged, okay? Read the whole thing, but with an American accent. Let's... But I'm the American accent. Which, yeah. No, yeah, she's British coded, okay? She hates trans women. She's British coded, okay? An honorary Brit. Thank you. Jesus. So we go now to this. Jesus, I can't even read this. God, can you just read this in your heads?
I haven't decided what I want this to be.
Are you reading it in your head?
I
can't. I'm not clipping myself, dude. I'm not getting clipped.
Up there, I'm gonna switch that to.
In addition to this, she again admitted to being a rapist on the website prior to being taken down, further supporting the allegation against her. If a rapist is someone who's accused in public of sexual misconduct, then I'm a rapist. Okay.
Jesus.
Interesting. Yeah, just there's a lot of it, okay? It's just look, if you want to go read the whole thing, you can. I'll read it out loud for a Patreon episode. No, I won't. That's a joke. Again, I'm just not getting myself clipped here. If I was a video essayist, I could, like, bleep out the words and stuff, and nobody would clip me for it, but whatever. Anyway, look, here's the point I'm laboriously trying to get to, okay? Very, very important, okay? So, what have we established thus far? So, the BBC, the premier
Alright, so those produced
journalistic
30.
outfit of Britain, has a standard for journalistic credibility which was lowered drastically so they could publish as news what was essentially a collection of hate groups' opinions on trans people, anecdotes, and ratioed tweets. Putting together an extremely transparent bias and framing it as news. And what's more, they did so while lying,
270 divided by 30.
removing the input
9.
of
So I can
trans
get
women who disagreed with this article's
9 of
narrative,
these hooked
while
up.
saying that none of them actually wanted to speak on it. One of the cis women they brought on to give her perspective is a literal serial rapist who, not days after the publication of this article, posted what is essentially a Day of the Rope fantasy tier manifesto calling for
1,
the
2, 3,
lynching of
4,
trans women.
5, 6, 7, 8,
And the
9, 10.
BBC has claimed that none of this violates their standards of journalistic integrity. If I was a different YouTuber, I could spend 5 minutes like screaming about how bad this is, but you guys already know how bad this is. It's absolutely disgusting. In no just world should any of the people at the BBC associated with the publication of this news article have a job. I do consider it a violation of public trust, and I do consider it essentially complicitness in an act of hate against the trans community. They should all be fired. All the people who contributed to that article should be ashamed, and I hope that Rose of Dawn is particularly happy that she got put in an article alongside somebody calling for her death. Rose of Dawn actually did tweet about this.
2, 3,
The following two statements
4,
can be true at the same time. Lily
5,
Kate is unhinged, has
6,
called for the deaths of trans
7,
women, and has faced accusations
8,
of sexual assault.
9.
And also, some lesbians have faced pressure to date trans women under threat of being labeled bigots. And you can big bull seal your way out of this as much as you want, but at the end of the day, who you're put alongside says a lot about you. And you appeared in an article along somebody so unhinged that 5 days after that article got published, they were posting hate screeds about how you deserve to hang at the end of the rope. So I feel like you might have chosen the wrong crowd, okay? If you're and I'll say the same thing. I'm ubiquitous with this. Like all of those like non-white alt-righters who like were around for when all of their heroes invariably, you know, betrayed the fact that they weren't just white nationalists, but were also white supremacists. Do you guys remember that? Remember how they were all at first like, dude, we just think different races would be better in different countries, bro. All the other races are like, look, we're all got our own thing going on. You know, we're not like better or worse. But like, obviously, they were all white supremacists, and that actually led to infighting when they were all like, oh, well, you're a quarter white, you're a quarter black, like that shit, you know. It says a lot. It's, you know, meaningful information there. Good stuff. I don't have anything more to say about this dog shit article, except for the fact that I hope the people associated with it step in dog shit. So.
Do I, how's the best approach this?
So is the substance of this article bad,
So
or
I
just
have
the source
one
of information?
270.
True impartiality would be to platform perspectives from
270,
people
and I
on
have
this
one
issue,
with, what is that, 90? Yeah,
primarily
90.
coming from the trans community. This is a trans issue, after all. The opinions of non-trans people are, while not irrelevant, certainly not like the primary, you know, issue at hand here. The majority of people in the trans community are not insane, like gatekeepy, genital preference, whatever. You know?
Oh no, I'm
they
stuck.
talk about impartiality, but they bent over backwards, including the most meaningless anecdotes from
there we go.
people just because they were transphobic. What do you think about Elon saying he's willing to spend $6 million to fight for it? I don't care. Isn't it interesting that some Turks like that use fascist language and rhetoric to hate trans people? No, not really. A lot, like, just because you're lesbian doesn't mean you're left-leaning, you know? Being lesbian does not in any way, shape, or form make you a left-leaning person. It just means that you're a lesbian. That's it. You can be, you can have any ideological disposition, and if hating trans people is like the main first thing that you care about, then, you know. Economists have showed him how he can address world hunger for a decade. He ignores it. He'll just move the goalpost if the UN does anything. Yeah, of course. Nobody fucking cares. Guys, it's Elon Musk. He doesn't give a fuck about starving people, okay? He jerks off to the thought of them dying. Elon Musk's only goal here is to justify the idea that there is nothing he could do to make the world a better place outside of his cringy fucking tweets and his ongoing and relentless advocacy for policies and technologies that are worse versions of things that were invented a century ago. That's the only thing that he cares about. He wants attention. He's not going to do anything. Nothing matters, okay? He just wants to be the bearer of arms. Yo! Tim Pool has the Rona, okay? I don't really care ever about hearing conservatives' opinions on COVID because all of them are going to have the exact same story. It's either things were really bad, so like with ivermectin, or things weren't even that bad. Why are people exaggerating it? That's literally the only two COVID stories conservatives have. Which one of them is this one? I haven't seen. Or they died, I suppose. He took the horse base? No. I have not seen Dune yet, no. I can't really be spoiled for it, though. It's like a 5 trillion-year-old book, so... Bosch, a Nazi murdered a trans army vet here in Idaho. Okay. That's bad. Hopefully you're not advocating for that. Chat! What is up, my dudes? Excuse me, love you. I hope you're all doing well. If you're watching right now, and you're enjoying the live stream, then you should consider the fact that, you'll actually be able to enjoy more of them in the future by subscribing and ringing that bell. Now, I know what you're thinking. Ringing the bell. What a stereotypical thing for a YouTuber to say. You know, Vosh fell off. Plus L, plus ratio. What is he even doing? And the answer is, what am I doing? I'm increasing the likelihood that you will see my videos in your feed in the future. You goober. You silly. You fool. And don't you want that? Of course you do. So go ahead and do it. Also sub to the Vosh bit. I could enjoy more live streams so you fucking stream consistently. I stream plenty. Fuck you. You all get plenty of content from me. There are plenty of streamers who stream more often than I do, but rarely do they stream with as consistent a dedication to good content as I do, okay? That's my defense, alright? I may not stream as much as some of them, but I don't play League for like 8 hours in a row, okay? In fact, I have never played League on stream. Nor will I ever. And that is a promise.
Oh, shit. What I want to go...
Did you see Doomer Politics say you know nothing about CRT? Why would I give a fuck what Doomer Politics has to say about me? He had 2 hours to say things about me, and he flubbed like every time. Have you seen the Arcane trailers? I don't know what you're talking about.
Son of a bitch, I hate...
Fuck you anyways, man. You're wrong about Marvel movies? Yeah, yeah. Would now be a good time to look into how to move to Canada? If you want to. If that would make you happy. But that's up to you, my friend. The League of Legends animation that's coming out looks super cool. Didn't ask. Don't care. Have I played any more of Inscription? Yes, I've gotten to a new game. Will I watch the Uhuru response video? Yeah, we should probably do that. Have you seen the NCC dossier? Yes. Psycho. Thank you. Were you ever a TF2 boy? Absolutely I was a TF2 boy. I'm a TF2 boy till the day I die. Did you read the document I sent you about stereotypes? Mr. Cosma, I love you, but you do realize that sending me an email saying, hey, please look at this Google Doc that I typed up is definitely not going to reach anywhere near the top of my priority list, right? I've added it to the lowest priority list of my reading lists. Like, I get a lot of tragically. You recommend Inscription? Yes. You seen President Sunday's video talk? No, not yet. Shut up. Go play Metroid Dread? No. The next Metroid game we play is Metroid Prime. Waitlist for immigration is long for Americans, I understand. Yeah, there are probably a lot of people moving out. Let's see. Prime, then Dread? No, we have other games to play. Jesus. God, you people are annoying. Shut up. Oh my god. What do you think of incremental games? I think they suck, and I think that if you play them, you're bleeding away a finite lifespan because you're so ADHD desperate for any kind of stimulation that you're willing to trade away the possibility of an entertaining evening by doing something that's I would legitimately, if you play incremental games, like, if it's an incremental game that's kind of concept-driven and only lasts a few hours, I think that's fine. But if you're doing one of those that it has, like when you're offline, like, accumulation, like, you know what I mean? And it goes, like, days and days and days or whatever, you should hit your head with the wall. You should smack your head against the wall. What's an incremental game? Like Cookie Clicker, like, you know, like, you click 10 times, and then you build a factory that clicks for you once every second, and then blah, blah, blah. Guys, you have a finite lifespan. You're literally, like, choosing to waste your time watching paint dry. Why would you ever fucking do that? Holy shit. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with doing something that's comfortable to you, but there's a difference between doing something comfortable and doing something utterly asinine because it's trapped your brain in a fucking box of numbers, okay? You guys have to understand that there's not exactly a perfect overlap between things that are good, like entertaining, and things that trap your brain, okay? Your brain is riddled with cognitive failings that were developed to help you survive in the wilderness, but today can sometimes hurt you. Cognitive biases exist because the things that help you out in the wilderness are not necessarily things that help you make abstract logical decisions. Pre-civilization humans never evolved to, like, infer data from personal experience. That's just not... They only care about their personal experience. The whole broader data stuff, that's not really... That's not... It wasn't needed. So we have failings in our brain that we didn't evolve to overcome. We probably never will. So much in the same way, there are things that can trap your attention that aren't necessarily entertaining. Like for real, guys. Have you guys ever had that feeling where you've just played like 1 or 2 hours of a video game and you haven't like been enjoying it or engaged with it that much? Like you've just been kind of slumped back in your chair and you're just kind of going through the motions and you don't really know what else to do. And like you finish playing for a while, you just sort of stand up and you realize you don't know why you stood up. You just wanted to do something other than sit there. You have to. This is your brain. You have to break out of that. Okay. You have to break out of that feeling. I've talked about this before, but I think the best way to break out of that feeling, the easiest way to break out of that feeling, is to be very purposeful. Okay. You have to be very, very purposeful with everything that you do, okay?
Alright.
Like, for instance,
I need to
if
decide.
you want food, if you're hungry, do it. Seriously. I'm hungry. And then you go to the kitchen. Okay? It's a reflex. You train yourself to do it, okay? Your brain is like an engine. The patterns that you set are the patterns that you'll follow.
Reinforced
okay?
plates.
So the easier you make it for yourself to do a thing, the easier it'll be in the future. With your lying in bed and you're having trouble getting up out of bed,
60
you have to
screws.
do it. If you're sitting here and you need to pee, don't just sit here waiting for the YouTube video to finish. Don't just sit waiting for the game match to end. Go fucking pee immediately. Because the more you do that, the more you train yourself to immediately act on your desires. And if you can immediately act on them, you don't catch yourself doing these like weird recurring brain loop patterns. Yeah, exactly. Say out loud what you're going to do. If you like literally, if you're like, I'm hungry, say, I'm going to get food and stand up. I mean, even if you're alone or whatever, or fuck, even if there are people around, fucking do it, okay? Don't be shy. Absolutely. Now, is this easy to do? No, it is not. Can depression, executive dysfunction, ADHD, and other cognitive conditions make it harder to do this? Yes, 100%. Do I have ADHD and depression and executive dysfunction sometimes, and that means that I know all this already and you're not educating me when you point that out? Yes. Is it pathetic how every single time I give any kind of advice in chat, all the depressed motherfuckers come out and say, dude, it's so invalidating of you to suggest that we have any capacity to improve our life? Yes. should you actually make an effort to improve your life, even while acknowledging the fact that there are issues that may make it more difficult for you to do so?
I want it to be
Yes.
at least
Are you
60.
exactly like the incels who say that there's no obligation for them to improve their lives because they feel like they don't have any ability to meaningfully make any change
Alright,
either?
we'll do
Yes. Am I going to need to breathe now? Yes. There we go. You got to do it. You got to do it. You got to do it. You did the thing. You said, I need to breathe now. True. I did it for you, Whopper. Very, very true. Can't always do it. I'm not saying beat yourself up if you fail to do it. Like, I'm not saying like, oh, I didn't do it great this time. Like, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you make an effort to do it. You get better at it. It becomes easier in the future. It's as simple as that. It's not really easy, but it is simple. I think people are acting like you're talking about all games and just not very specific vapid cookie clicker type games. How vapid a game is really depends on what you're putting into it, okay?
I want to do
Like, here's a game
60s.
that is very, very vapid if you're just sort of lazily doing it, and very intense if you're doing it dedicatedly. Blackjack. When you're playing blackjack, if you want to just be like, you're like, okay, this number, okay, then do this, that. Like, you can just have in your head, like, go over this. But if you're, like, hardcore concentrating, you can fucking throw your brain into that shit. You know?
That's 6. Cool.
Absolutely. Lots of other games like that. There are lots of games you can kind of half-ass. You can play a lot of games in ways that are engaging and meaningful, but incremental games are just not one of them, usually. They're just not mechanically designed to be engaging in that type of way. They're mechanically designed to be like a kind of fucking cognitive entrapment. That's what they do. They're cognitive entrapment. I'm sure you understand what I mean. What's up? I know her. Pippin. What's up? Yeah, bring me a Pippin. A Pippin? Yeah, Pip. Pippin, remember how... Really? Remember how cute you were last night, Pippin? I remember. We gave you the slappy tappy. I flicked her in the belly, and then she bit my finger, and then she went down on the seat of the chair and tried to catch my arm, and we played for a while. Also, she's like... Oh, really pressing my cheek in there. Is she stinky? She always smells like mushrooms. Really? Wow. She did not like that. She's dumb. You're so sharp. We gotta trim your nails. Hold on. Nope. So sharp. So sharp. Oh my god. Just so incredibly. Ah. No. I got you. Little ball sack, baby. Here, hold on. Why do you so desperately want to act like a life coach and give advice when you have no reason to believe you know what you're talking about? Ooh, somebody got super triggered by what I had to say. You need to take my advice double time, baby. The only people who get super mad at the shit that I say when I give really milquetoast takes, like, you should try to develop good, like, modes of behavior, are the people who are really called out by them, you know? Like somebody, like you're sitting with like 6 full piss bottles next to you. You've got like condoms that you shit into, and you've got 3 tabs of Cookie Clicker open on different like incognito browsers, so they're all playing on separate games. And you listen to me say that, and you're like, What the fuck does he know? Okay, is this really the best way to respond to those people, though? Maybe. Maybe not. Who knows? I'm not a mental health expert. Oh, God. Oh, hello, Pigeon. What's up? Wait, do you think we can play with her? Wait, hold on. Pigeon. Wait. Wait, Pigeon. Pigeon.
Oh shit, I need it to be like... Alright.
Very passive today, Pigeon.
If I needed them all to be a certain percentage. And then 100%. Alright, so that's 6 at 100%. So what do I want this other thing to be? Do I want these to be making rods? Not really. I would prefer if they were making plates. So 30 plates times 6.
Slappy!
Fuck it, I can do that. So now the question is...
He's going to attack the back of my neck, like 100%. Somebody's gonna make a compilation of you slapping your cat. Dude, cats, like, well, I guess rowdy cats, like cats that want to play or whatever, she's hitting me with her fucking tail. Stop! Stop! They love the slappy. I can hear her purring. She's so cute. Here, I gotta lean forward or her fucking tail is gonna... The tail is the weirdest part. I guess all cat tails look like that under the fur, right? Who made the Vosh Bad thing that plays when someone donates? It's on YouTube, the Vosh Bad song. Does booping pigeon count as one of those compulsive brain loop things? No, because it's very rewarding. So friendly. Yeah, for all of you who have cats, this is what they look like under the fur, okay? It's like being afraid of skeletons. What are you doing? What are you hunching for? You're gonna... What? Why are you flopping? You're on a fucking 2-inch wide. She's so sharp. Oh my God. Ow, 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 ow. What?
Pigeons seizing the means of production.
That tail's a fucking... It actually hurts to be hit by that tail, you know. Yeah? You can't even get your fucking jaw around my arm. It's too thick and you're too big or too small. Ow. Way. Ah. She's so short. Fuck. She has retreated to the box. Ow. I don't know how well that's going to show up on camera, but it's not going to show up. Oh. Oh yeah, it's like little bug bites. She can't break the skin with her teeth, but she can with her claws. Let me go wash my hands, then we'll do more politics. He's just washed my hands. Yeah. She retreated to the box. What are you doing? What? What are you... I don't know what she's doing. What are you looking for? Oh, all right. I think that's enough of a departure from the political. Whew. Yeesh. Warmed me up a little bit there. I had to lean at quite an angle to bap her. No, I know, bro. Do we have to do politics again? Yeah, I know. Here, hold on. Whew. What is this? Hassan bragging about donating horrible. Donating my earnings from the offline TV Squid Game for K-Town for All. Thanks for splitting with me, little Pokemon. I can't believe it. What a virtue signaler. This isn't what I meant by people living their values. They should do donations, but do it quietly. But also, if they do it quietly, then why didn't they do it publicly? Also, what the fuck is this? Oh god. Not Photoshop. Why did they Photoshop Hassan to be smaller? God damn it. I didn't know offline TV was doing a fucking Squid Game thing. I should watch it. That sounds cool. Damn, wait, wait. They get to keep all that? How much is that? That looks like it could be a lot of money in there. Wait, how much? What was the prize? 25K? Damn. That's sick. Everyone at OTV is rich as fuck. I gotta say, I know I never could, but because I have no avenues, but like, I like offline TV. I don't know. I guess I just like some of the cute, wholesome shit, since most of what I do is like fucking burning violence all the time. Oh, she's gonna be a whole fucking thing right now. She's gonna be a whole goddamn... She's like having a battle with the box over there. I think she's losing. Can I help you? Oh, I cannot help her. Okay, we have to do politics. We have to do politics, or we're never gonna get to do politics. Politics is dumb. Yeah, well, I know. It is also, tragically, a channel is known for, if you can believe it. What is this? Anti-vax dumb fuck says town halls and schools. What is this? Will fucking burn to the ground. Oh, I saw somebody linked this yesterday.
Without any type of, balance on our end that we're comfortable with, I can guarantee you one thing: town halls and schools will be fucking burned to the ground. In 1776, nobody went to fucking court. Nobody went to court. Everyone grabbed a gun and they fucking shot at each other. And again, I do not condone violence. I hope we don't.
Why would you... Why are you being a bitch? Why, you're like, dude, yeah, we're gonna burn these down. We didn't fucking go to court. We just shot people. Now, I'm not condoning violence. Dude, just admit it. These are... Guys... It's such a shame that this got associated with racism, because these guys, they're chimping out right now, okay? These are fucking hogs, all right? These are animals. They're monkeys with guns, okay? They're fucking chimpanzees that have had the entire fucking weapon arsenal of Arizona dumped into a pen. Like, just live it, you know?
Get there. I hope we don't get there. But just understand that there are plenty of people that are ready to go there.
Very nice. They're insane. Yeah, I saw the JFK Jr. shit. God damn, man. This was all over yesterday. QAnon true believers gathered en masse on Tuesday morning in anticipation of the return of Camelot, namely of JFK Jr., the lush-haired scion and former George publisher killed in a plane crash in 1999. The crowd chose to meet in Delhi Plaza and line themselves around the large white X that marks the spot where his father, JFK, was assassinated in 1963. Wait, do they have... Is there a big white X for there? Oh, damn, I didn't even know that. That's just the thing. Kind of a morbid town mark, huh? You know? Like, what is there to see in your town? Oh, well, we have X marks the spot where our president died. Okay. Neat. Dozens wore Tiffany blue, a color associated with the Kennedy clan, as well as shirts that read Trump/JFK Jr. 2020. By the way, can somebody explain the obsession with JFK to me? They do realize that, like, John F. Kennedy wouldn't like Trump, right? Like, they do realize that, right? Like, don't tell them what the fuck, Vosh? Yeah. Okay. That John F. Kennedy Jr. is set to return is a belief set forth by proponents of the QAnon conspiracy theory, which postulates that Donald Trump is lying in wait to destroy a secret cabal of blood-drinking, child sex trafficking members of the liberal elite. Dozens of QAnon supporters, it was hundreds, started gathering in AT&T Discovery Plaza in downtown Dallas last night to commemorate the glorious return of JFK Jr., a man who, again, it must be emphasized, has failed to convert oxygen into carbon dioxide for over 2 decades. You having fun? You having fun, E.J. Dixon and Stephen Monicel, with your flowery language? I hope so. Trump reinstated as 19th president. What? Calls up a new vice president, JFK Jr., wrote a prominent QAnon influencer with more than 250,000 followers on Telegram. The influencer added that Trump's reinstatement stems from the fact that everything from 1871 was illegal and unconstitutional. A reference to a convoluted far-right conspiracy theory aimed at invalidating Biden's presidency by suggesting an obscure law from the late 19th century renders every law passed and president elected since then as illegitimate. What? Wouldn't that mean Trump was illegitimate?
Accused to be crazy.
Trump will step down, John will become president, the Post reads, adding that disgraced former general and QAnon celebrity Michael Flynn will become his vice president. The feverish fantasy concludes by claiming that Trump will become one of the 7 new kings, most likely the King of Kings, a reference to the biblical passage in Revelation 17. Nice. The renaissance of JFK Jr. is an increasingly popular cornerstone of the QAnon conspiracy theory, although it has historically been seen as a fringe belief in the movement. The theory postulates JFK Jr. has been hiding for years and will eventually reveal himself as Trump's running mate in the 2024 election, a belief that stems from a poster claiming to be JFK Jr., who contributed to an 8chan thread in 2018. God damn, dude. We should have gotten in from the ground floor, you know? Like, these people are basing whole conspiracy theories off 8chan posts. We should have, well, no, 8chan was literally a child porn site, so we probably shouldn't have. That's why all the QAnon shit's there, because they're all, like, fucking pedophiles, but, we should have, after, like, it got rolled back into 4chan, we should have, like, done a post that been like, hey, I'm Elvis, and a meteor is gonna hit the Earth in 2022. Bye. I don't know. Yeah, the Messiah has spoken. Exactly. Yeah, just roll it out. More about 1871. It doesn't matter. Like, even if there was legislation passed in 1871 to make everything else, like, illegitimate, which isn't how the law works, but okay. Like, they just wouldn't care. Like, they would just keep doing it. We need to go over more sovereign citizens on this channel, because sovereign citizen interactions are like the only time that I'll ever side with cops. Holy shit. What the fuck is this? The articles, Congress passed legislation that formed the Corporation of the United States of America and made Washington, D.C. a foreign entity under the control of the City of London. What? Dude, this is a City of London conspiracy theory? Oh my god. According to a version of this theory published by a blog called The Marshall Report, Trump's 2018 executive order aimed at foreign election interference was aimed at undoing this legislation. Okay. Although the theory is not new, it's being used to suggest that even though Trump has left D.C., he's still the rightful president. President Donald J. Trump has moved out permanently, for he cannot be president over a sovereign nation of foreign land, which is what the White House and Capitol are. President Trump was voted in by we the people, not the corporation. Okay. This really just makes me want to go look at sovereign citizen memes, dude. Holy shit.
Alright. Let's see, is that enough to build? Yeah.
Several attendees mentioned 12:29 p.m. as the specific time they expected the Deus Ex Machina, noting it was the time JFK was shot 58 years ago. But for whatever reason, nobody explained why they didn't choose to meet on the day JFK was shot, November 22nd. Maybe it was a typographical error. When 12:29 rolled around, the only thing that happened was a group recital of the Pledge of Allegiance. Still, the crowd stuck around for several hours, even as heavy rain started to pour down. Aww. Oh, say, can you see? Bye. Yeah, like with pouring rain, yeah. In the end, the crowd shuffled away towards their hotels in downtown Dallas. But some were undeterred. In a Telegram chat dedicated to the event titled Restore Humanity, one Jeanette Nice made the case for faith. Well, do you have faith in our God or not? I'm just interpreting their accent here. Nice said rhetorically in reference to JFK's notable absence. I know I do, and part of faith is continuing to have it, even when you can't see. This is why I'm anti-spiritualist, by the way. No matter what, I think the majority of us know something is happening. We can feel it. Nice.
Nice.
Hard copium. Hard copium. God damn, this shit is weird. And there are people who believe this in Congress. Nice. You guys know about sovereign citizens, right? They're like a whole thing. No? Galley? I guess maybe that's because you're a Canadian. Sovereign citizens are how do I describe them? It's kind of like a, well, it's kind of in the name, right? Sovereign citizens believe that through some kind of legal technicality, they have extricated themselves from jurisdiction under the laws of the United States. They think that they've done some kind of magical legal voodoo that means they're free. Hold on. Sovereign Citizen versus Cops Dumb and Dumber Edition compilation. I feel like we might get a quicker summary from a video than anything else. It's a very special and very American type of phenomenon. I will not subscribe.
Is there a threat to... Sir, is there a threat? Is there a threat to public safety, sir? Sir, are you... Can you please get your sheriff, the head sheriff? Please get the head sheriff. Get your boss, please. Get your boss. Sir, I've done nothing wrong. I've done nothing wrong, sir. I'm recording you. I've done nothing wrong.
I want her to
get your boss.
Invoke the voodoo.
Sir, get the head sheriff.
I feel like this is something only white people can get away with. The sovereign citizen movement is overwhelmingly white.
Please. Sir, I've done nothing wrong. Is there a threat?
Okay, I don't give a fuck about the commentary channel.
Is there
Shut
a threat
up.
to public safety? And not having a license plate is not arrestable offense according to... It's not an arrestable offense, sir.
Does she not have a license plate? Wait, is that why she's... Wait, is that why she got pulled over? Well, I guess now we know.
Why did you pull me over? Do you have a threat to public safety that you need to address? Do you, excuse me, I want to speak to your supervisor. Please get your supervisor. Get your supervisor. No, now. I'm no longer speaking to you. Look. Look it. If you break my window, that's an illegal search and siege. That's illegal. Look. You're... Am I under a custodial arrest or am I free to go? Am I under a custodial arrest? For what? I'm not refusing anything. Look, you didn't ask me. You just told me to pull over, and there's no threat to public safety. Look.
I wish I had the confidence this woman has, by the way. I'm white and, like, well-to-do, and I would still never, ever risk interactions with cops like this. Holy shit. Guys, never risk interactions with cops like this, okay? If you ever get pulled over under any circumstances, record with your phone, keep your hands where they can see them, and follow all orders that you're given, lawful or otherwise. If they're unlawful, take it up with the courts later, have a lawyer, talk to somebody. There's an app from the ACLU called Mobile Justice, I think, that you can use to record it. All the recordings go straight to the servers, meaning that none of the cop can't do anything on your phone. And shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Comply with lawful orders. You do not need to provide them any information outside of providing them license and registration, stuff like that. If they want any more info than that, you can simply say, I don't want to talk about my day. Am I free to go or am I detained? Simple as that. And if you're free to go, you're free to go. And if you're detained, you're detained. And either way, you shut the fuck up.
Look, let me show you. Let me show you. I'm going to show you something. Right now, this is under notice of motion to federal court. This case is under notice of motion to federal court. Look, signed by a grand jury administrator and timestamped by the courts. Okay? I'm going to show you. It's timestamped by the courts. Right now, you are violating my pursuits to travel.
That's it. That's a big one for them, okay? Because there's some law somewhere that says, like, you have freedom to travel unimpeded. Like, that's a right that Americans have. So they say that stopping them while they're driving is an interruption of their right to travel. So they say, I'm not driving, I'm traveling. Something like that, yeah.
Signed and dated. You see that? Now, sir, I've done nothing wrong, and it's not an arrestable offense to drive without a license
the Articles
plate.
of Confederation, yeah.
I want to see your boss, please. I'm trying to be reasonable here, and I'm not doing anything wrong, and I've asked if I could see your boss, please. I cannot be under arrest because there's no injured party. Is there an injured party? Do you have an affidavit and an arrest warrant? Do you have an arrest warrant?
An arrest warrant?
He needs to come from away from there. Also, I have a fencing and posting on my body. I have a fencing and posting that says, do not touch my property, my body. Sir, what lawful order states that you can pull?
Dude, she has, like, wards on her body. She has, like, fucking charms and, like, amulets and sigils and runic inscriptions. Like, yeah, I've warded myself against the state. This is my property. Oh, God. This is cringe as fuck. Please stop. This isn't just random, like, pointing and laughing. This shit overlaps heavily with QAnon.
Pull me over and illegally search me.
Ma'am, I'm not trying to search you.
Where? Yes, you are. You're trying. I have a rights. I have rights, and I want to speak to your boss. I want to speak to your boss. No, sir, right now, because if you do anything, you will be done the same way right here. You have a bond, you have license and insurance. Right. There's already one policeman been fired for treating me this way. Sir, I want to speak to your boss. I'm recording you, and I want to speak to your boss.
Get out of the vehicle.
This lady's
oh my
dumb.
God, where's the head sheriff? Where is the head sheriff? Where is the head sheriff for, what is this county called?
Do you
Alachua
love
County. Where is your boss?
black people?
Where is your boss? A lawful order to do what?
Get out of the vehicle.
I do not have to get out of private property. Sir, where's your boss? I am not trying to argue with you. Give me your boss, please.
He's only avoiding dragging her out of the car because he knows touching her does necrotic damage. Yeah, true.
Please get me your boss. Please get me your boss.
You're under arrest.
Sir, I'm not under arrest. There's no arrest warrant. Do you have an arrest warrant? Do you have a proper arrest warrant? Do you have an arrest warrant with a signed wedding signature from a judge that says...
My God.
I haven't heard about a wedding signature before. That's a new one for me.
There's an injured party, that I've injured someone. Do you have that? Go get your boss, please. Don't touch my vehicle. If you do, that's an illegal search and siege. Sir, I've done nothing wrong. Please get me your boss. Please. Get me your boss. Please get me your boss.
As you can see the look in this guy's face, he's just thinking, like, would it be less effort and paperwork for me to just let her go and pretend I never saw her, or should I, like, break the window down and deal with that? he's like doing internal calculus right now, and he's like, what? How do I make this stop? How do I end this interaction? You know, that's her gambit too. Well, no, she legitimately thinks, I think, that like she's invoking like legal magic that makes her untouchable to the cop. You know. Do these sovereign citizens understand nothing they say would hold up in court? No, no. There are sovereign citizens in court. Their shit is insane. They just think there's a different legal code that applies to them because they found like some line from the Articles of Confederation that they interpreted to mean they're a different. Like here's one for example. The the naval fringe over flags means they're exempt from laws written in the United States. Yeah, the flag in the courts is the naval flag. Or they'll say that their name on their birth certificate is in all caps, but their real name isn't, so their birth certificate name that the law recognizes is not their real name. Their real name is their personhood, not their corporate personhood. So, like, literally, it's like they think they have cheat codes, the law, yeah.
I don't know how many times I have to ask for that. I feel threatened right now. I'm being threatened. I'm being coerced. I'm under duress right now. I'm being threatened that if I don't give to the whims of this sheriff, that I'm going to be harmed, that my vehicle's going to be harmed. I need to speak to your sheriff. I need to speak to your office, your superior. I need to speak to your superior, sir. Look, let me show you something. Let me just show you this.
How long does this one go down?
This is called the Common Law Handbook.
But does she drive off at the end?
Court duty. Sheriffs are responsible for maintenance. Don't break my window.
Well,
that's it.
Get out of the car.
Don't.
Get out of the car.
Don't.
Ma'am, get out of the car.
Why would you do such a thing? I feel threatened. He's violating my rights. He's violating. What is your name? What is your name?
Get out of the
What
car.
is your name?
Get out.
No. No, you broke my window. No. 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 You're ripping me out of my vehicle.
She's fine, by the way.
No, you're gonna have to switch.
It's in my paycheck. We don't have a badge number.
I think I've seen this one. Aren't car windows supposed to be super strong? Windshields are. Side windows aren't. Side windows can be broken very easily. They gave her like 24 chances. Probably more than 24, honestly. Wait, somebody said this one has a lot more of their legal jargon. What? What? What is that? What is that? I just muted my OBS. Where's that noise coming from? Oh, okay, I found it. Holy shit. Why the fuck did that tab activate? Okay, I turned it off. Sorry. Somebody said this one has more jargon.
But we told you he's an Article 4 free inhabitant, so he does not have to have a license. This is on recording. Article 4 free inhabitant.
Oh, I remember this one. This one's a classic, dude. Holy shit. She freaks out really hard, but the lingo was so interesting that they used.
Pursuant to the Articles of Confederation, you can look it up. It's in the United States Book of Codes. It is your laws you have to follow.
This is the real voice, yeah.
All right, I will do that.
I will do that.
Here.
Article 4 free inhabitant pursuant to the Articles of Confederation.
The camera down for me. Is that if it records, that's fine. But I don't want you holding anything.
No weapons. No weapons. All right. No.
Okay. So what I'm going to ask you to do is the same thing.
Can I get out of the car?
Yes.
No, I'm not getting out of the car.
All
You
right.
can go get your superior.
Well, I am going to tow this car, and you cannot be in the vehicle while I'm towing this vehicle.
Well, if you go get your superior,
That's
he'll
not gonna happen right
clarify that he can be set free because he does not
That's
have
not
to have a
going to
license.
happen right now, young lady. So either you're going to come out of the car on your own free will, or I'm going to assist you.
I'm gonna get out of the car and walk down to the house.
No, you are not free to leave right now.
Are you saying you have authority over me?
Yes, I do.
You have proven authority over me.
Yes, I do.
How did you do that?
County of Imperial through the sheriff.
You do not have authority over a human being, over a free
you know what?
inhabitant.
Do you want to argue the point?
You need to go look up the
I don't
laws.
have to look at anything right now.
How should we feel about these situations? I think it's a misreading of the situation to think that this is some kind of meaningful defiance of the cops. All these sovereign citizens here back in like 2013 or 2014 are QAnoners now. They're not anti-cop, they're just anti-authority being used on them. I guarantee you these motherfuckers are not like pro-BLM or whatever. It's mostly just funny because they're like lunatics or whatever.
Here.
I don't feel like bad seeing like the cops arrest them or whatever, because like you guys know that like any society ever is gonna have some kind of enforcement mechanism, right? Like would you want these guys to be around in some kind of like anarcho-syndicalist like decentralized communal imagine if you're in the commune or whatever and somebody parks their car on top of your dog and you're like, sir, and they're like, excuse me, according to Provision 17 and Article 19 of the Communist Ratification of the West Provincial District of East Nottingham. I don't actually exist. I'm a free person, and by looking at me, you are like you would also want to choke them out there. Okay? And it's not even a cop. But I just want to say, for me, it's not even a police thing. Okay, I would still be against the sovereign citizen if a random person walked up and tried to arrest them over this. If they had no license and someone knocked on their window, and they're like, can you step out of the car?
I forgot to
and the
print
sovereign
the
citizen
tickets.
is like, who are you? Are you even a cop? And they're like, nah, I'm arresting you anyway. They're like, wait, you can't do that. And he's like, yeah, I can. And they just do it. I'm still for that. The Chad move. The Chad citizen's arrest.
Alright.
Do sovereign citizens try to get out of taxes and everything? Sometimes they try to, yeah. A lot of tax fraud goes undetected in the U.S., but oftentimes they will act like this with cops, but they'll still pay their taxes because they know that, like, the IRS is more likely to get on them than the cops are, you know?
What I need to do is get you out of the vehicle. If you have identification.
Do they intentionally make windows easily breakable for cops? No, it's for safety. If you drive into water and your car is underwater and airtight, you can't open the car door because the pressure difference between the outside and the inside. The only way to get out under those situations is to break the window and climb out of the window. It's a safety thing. Or any accident where you have to escape from the side of a car. Yeah, you can just hit them in the corner with like, a side window is easy to break. You can like your phone, like if it doesn't have a rubber cover, you can just smack the corner of the window and the window will shatter and your phone will probably be okay, you know. Aren't you supposed to push the windshield out with your feet? I've heard that. I don't know if that's as reliable of a thing, but it might work. You know, if you ever get trapped in a car, just do everything. Why not? Just fucking smack shit around. Who cares? Go for it.
Please hand the identification over to me.
No.
Identify yourself to me.
And I'm not going to step out of the vehicle.
All right, well, you know, you are impeding my investigation. You are delaying me, which is a penal code violation in the state of California.
That law only applies to U.S. citizens.
Well, where are you a citizen of?
I am not a U.S. citizen.
Well, see, that's
I
where
am
you're
a free
mistaken.
inhabitant. I am of the earth. I do not belong to any corporation. I do
That's-
not belong to any country.
Yeah, but as
No.
long as you're in the sovereign states of the United States, you will abide by the rules and laws.
See,
and you have
a
certain
free
protection.
no.
I do like that he's actually trying to like explain to her how she's wrong. You know, like he's like, no, as long as you're in the borders of the United States, the laws of the United States apply.
A free inhabitant is they are allowed to. They're free people. They have all of the rights of a U.S. citizen without following any of their laws.
Well, that's fucking convenient.
Oh, they're so funny. Funny.
This is like the playground like games where you're like shooting imaginary fireballs and the one kid is like, I have the infinity force field. It protects me from everything. Yeah, like I've got a shield. I'm fire immune. Yeah.
Well, that would just be pure anarchy. That would
No, because we're
Base.
peaceful people. We're peaceful people. You go call them up and ask them, and they'll tell you exactly what I'm talking
Well,
about.
I don't know who to call.
Your superior.
Well, I am a superior to a certain extent.
So call your superior.
Well, it's going to take a couple hours or so for
president?
somebody to come down.
Well,
And
just
that's
call
not going
them.
to happen right now.
No, then we're gonna have to solve it some other way.
All right.
We just need to.
Did I get stuck? I'm stuck. Stuck.
You need to call in, tell them I'm a free inhabitant, and find out what
Well,
that
I am
is.
going to tow this vehicle, young lady, so you cannot be in this vehicle.
I understand that. So alright, then I'm gonna get out of the vehicle and I'm going to walk down to that house.
Also, imagine how good of a porn setup this would be, though, right? Like it's like high quality film footage because they've got like a real camera back there, but it's like you get pulled over in the whole thing. But it only has the one camera angle from inside the car, you know? They don't ruin it by having like shots cut from the outside too.
No, you're
Because you
not.
do not have authority over me. Well, then I'm not getting out of the vehicle.
No, you're not.
Why?
You're not free to leave.
Why?
As soon as I conclude the rest of my investigation, you will be free to leave. As far as I know, you have not done anything wrong at this point, but you are slowly reaching to that point.
You know what?
148 PC.
I'll get out of the vehicle for you.
Doesn't this get very hard to watch after a while? Yeah, I think she screams like rape the moment he puts his hand on her to arrest her. So, like, I'll probably cut it there because then all the weird legal jargon gets supplanted by her screaming like a banshee. But, yeah.
I will get out of the vehicle. I'm getting a moment.
All right, well, you're not free to leave.
You're
going to take the bag off.
No, I'm
You're going
not.
to take the bag off.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, I know that you fucking dipshit simps are going to listen to this and assume something bad is happening, but as far as I can tell and from what I heard afterward, it literally is just a normal fucking... Wait, keep playing it? Okay, fine, okay, sure.
Ray! You're raping me! This is rape! This is rape! This is rape!
See, again, it's literally just like set your stuff down and let me put the handcuffs on. Like, yeah. Also, Jesus Christ. Holy shit! Anyway, this one's a classic Sovereign Citizen video. Jesus Christ. It's actually like hurts your ears a little bit. Fuck. He wasn't even trying to arrest her. Yeah, no, he didn't even say her to arrest. He was just like, hey, you please don't, like, you can't leave. Like, you're being detained. Yes. God. Yeah, the bitch has pipes. Jesus Christ. Show the one where they argue in court. Which one? If you have a video, watch it.
Shit.
I don't care. We're in the rabbit hole now. Yeah.
This is
okay.
50.
We'll watch one more dumbass fucking thing, and then I'll read those. Okay. Where do you have one of them arguing in court?
Oh yeah, I am deaf over the amount.
Sovereign Citizen of Mexico.
There we go. That puts me under the amount. So.
Court cam, man tries playing mind tricks with judge. Is this Sovereign Citizen?
Should be less than the transport rate now.
It's only like 3 minutes. That's pretty good efficiency-wise.
David Hall.
Next, we go to a bond hearing in Broward County. Judge John Hurley presiding.
What show is it?
The defendant is David Hall, a sovereign citizen who basically believes that certain laws don't apply to him.
Mr. Hall has declined the services of the public defender, Your Honor.
Hall is here for driving under the influence and driving with a suspended license.
Mr. Hall, DUI, expired driver's license.
Good morning, Judge.
As soon as the judge attempts to read the charges, Hall begins interrupting.
Sir, I haven't said for the court how I'm appearing today, sir.
I'm not asking you yet. Just give me a moment, all right? I need to look at your record.
Turns out Hall is currently out on bond for 2 previous charges of driving with a suspended license.
Jesus
Christ. That's not going to stop him from trying to make his case.
Sir, today I'm appearing as the agent and settler for David Hall.
Okay. Could you get Mr. Hall for me then, sir? Where is he?
I go by that name, sir. My name sounds exactly like the defendant's, and I'm here to settle that matter today.
So are you and David Hall one and the same person?
I'm not a person, I'm an individual. David Hall is a person, I am a private individual.
Hall's legalese is unconventional, to say the least, but the judge allows him to continue.
May I say something else for the record, sir?
Go ahead, sir.
I appear here today as the settler, agent, not the person, but the individual. And I don't think I should have you understand the difference between a person and an individual.
And you're the individual, but you're not the person. Is that correct?
Correct. Correct.
I'm going to write that down.
Judge Hurley is unfazed by Hall's attempt at a Jedi mind trick and begins to turn the tables.
Here's what we're going to do. The settler, the agent, the individual, and maybe even the person, David Hall, has been charged with DUI. So today, the court's going to set the settler, the agent, the individual's bond, and even the person's bond today for $10,000 because the settler, the agent, the individual, and the person continues to drive without a driver's license.
Hall's new bond is $10,000, but because this charge is a violation of his original bond, all versions of David Hall must remain in jail unless he can come up with the cash.
Both cases will cause the settler, the agent, the individual, and even the person, David Hall, not to be able to be released from the Broward County Jail.
Dude, this judge is playing along so, holy shit, he's playing along so fucking well.
Until further notice of the court. So.
May I post bond, sir?
Now it's Judge Hurley's turn to have some fun.
Well,
is there any other...
Are you asking me as the settler, the agent, the individual, or are you asking me as the person?
Sir, I'm asking, as the individual appearing before you today, the opportunity...
Speaking on behalf of right now.
Sir, I don't understand that question. I believe that you're trying to confuse me now. I'm not the person, sir.
Okay,
I am not the person.
David Hall. Tell him he's not leaving jail either, all right? Have a nice day. Thank you.
Fucking debate lord judge, dude. Fucking live streamer judge. What is this
funny.
one? Oh, this is the Living Man video. I'm a living man.
Counsel here today. Mr. Kentucky has been charged with 2 misdemeanor offenses, which will be tried today.
I must object. I am not the name that he is referring to. I am the living man. The name that Mr. Riley refers to, ma'am, is held by the state in all capital letters and is identified by the state on the state's driver's license, ma'am. I am not the all capital fiction. I am the living man whose mark is that of life. It is called a signature, and the nature of that sigil, ma'am, is the living person. It is never in all capital letters. Ma'am, I must object, ma'am. Without proper evidence of oath and bond as required.
No, I won't deny the drip. This guy is drippy as fuck, okay? I will not deny that.
And I am back, ma'am, by 20 United States Supreme Court cases to this end. It should have been brought to my hand more than a month ago, and no evidence has been brought forward of any competency of any of this. I have to speak for myself, ma'am. No one here is capable of doing it, particularly those that are bar or non-bar. They can only speak, ma'am, to the legal. My interest is to forfend my person's living name.
Your Honor, this is an improper objection and violation of the motion of law.
Ma'am, who can tell the living man in a commercial event such as this, who has the right to tell the living man when he can speak and when he cannot speak, what sounds he can make and what sounds he cannot make? He is addressing British law, ma'am. He is a minister on behalf of Great Britain.
I'm going to hold you with contempt if you continue to disrupt this.
Ma'am, without oath and bond.
Dude, he can't stop interrupting the judge. This dude's gonna be fucking executed by the time this is done. Holy shit, judges get so mad. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Oh man. The reason he said this is a corporate event is because one of the big sovereign citizen memes is that the United States of America is a corporate entity and that their all caps birth certificate name is a corporate name. So he describes himself as the living man because he's saying that his like real life identity is distinct from the corporate law and proceedings that everything else is taking place in. He also can't stop interrupting the judge.
Contempt has already been established here. In the face of all these witnesses, ma'am, where is the evidence of oath and bond, ma'am? Look.
Is this in the USA or UK? This is the USA. I'm pretty sure.
It is through all ranks of the court, ma'am. I have done due diligence and due process to me. I communicated.
Oh my god, this is.
My work. I backed up the research. It's nice and neat.
Or maybe Canadian? Yeah.
Oh
yeah, Canadian. It would be Canadian, right? Because that's why he says British. Yeah, Canadian. Probably.
The court, because there is no evidence of Mr. Riley's offer, nor of yours now, nor of this lady's here, nor even the fine police officers over here today. I have nothing to work with now. Now I'm out here hanging over the abyss. I must make my own way.
Would we allow that? Would allow Mr. Riley?
Why? Please give me an honorable answer. Is a British recognized esquire asking questions in an American courtroom? Why is
it is an American courtroom.
Right behind this gentleman's name that is recognized as being banned from our country in the 1789 Constitution? Is nobody going to stand for our Constitution? I cannot, ma'am. In honor of the Constitution of the United States, I cannot allow a man who carries British recognition for the purposes of British ministerial law to
Sending the bail. Yep. Yep. Speech check failed.
No, pick me. I claim to be constrained by the United States Constitution of 1789. Sir, you're a Bosman native. What are you doing backing the British recognition? Should be ashamed of yourself. Gentlemen, this is an overthrow of the 1789 Constitution, an overthrow of the Bill of Rights. It is an overthrow of Title 26 United States Code, and above all, it is an overthrow of universal law.
We'll take care of that, man.
What? What was he even detained for, and why do I know it's sexual misconduct? Yeah, hold on. The vibes here change massively depending on why is he here? Is this like a license registration thing, or is it like, wait, is it fishing without a license? Fishing without a license and resisting arrest. Damn, this dude's gonna spend time in jail because of the fucking... God. I do kind of feel for him, you know? Yeah, just let my man fish. Why is it slow? There.
He has made his way through everything. He will speak as my voice.
God, Facebook really fucked. I think this is before Facebook.
Well, you're here in court today because you were charged with some charges.
Time for a voice of real. Witnesses to what voice does. Get back here and finish this. The judge has left the courtroom. There you go.
You what? Yeah.
There is nobody in this courtroom.
Yeah.
The judge has walked out.
The judge has walked out. Everybody up and out. Everybody up and out.
I'm not letting you
up and out.
He's just leaving?
Up and out. Up and out. Follow the man. Get your hand.
Did it work?
What's that? Great to see history here.
Thank you.
I've seen it before.
She abandoned the courts.
What?
Clear sky. I like to think right now, please.
Okay. Well, what did we learn from this? I don't know. I understand him completely. He's too sane for this insane system. Some will call him crazy, but what he's saying is nothing but the truth. Is no one going to stand for our Constitution? Absolutely, positively well said, sir. Oh, wow, the YouTube comments are literally just... I love this man. This guy's a real genius. This man should be president. This man knows more law than the judge. The living man inspired me to get to know my rights a lot more. Oh, no. Well... I wish this went to the Supreme Court. Wait, this isn't satire? Have you guys ever been to America? People are fucking insane here. People are lunatics here, I'm sorry. Okay, this is the last video someone linked. It's 2 minutes long, so somebody linked this too. Also, it has 50,000 likes and wins stupid prizes. Warning, injury? There's not like serious injury here, is there? Hold on. Let me see.
It is 270.
Is that little scrape at the end the injury? Is that the injury? I got more than that for my cat. Okay, I think we're fine.
I should be below that. I mean, it's...
Don't copyright me. Why the music?
Go.
Give me that can.
Oh God.
Two is in muy trouble, senor.
Did you pump our tire?
What?
The window. Oh my God.
It hurt. He broke.
He just broke the window. There's kids right in the seat. Do radio now. Now.
What the fuck is going on? This was the border cross. Wait, this was the border crossing? This wasn't just a checkpoint. This was the border crossing to Mexico? Yes? What the fuck? They will shoot you. It's a fucking national border. They'll literally shoot your car through if you fucking... Okay.
Two. Sandra, no. Get in the car. Get in the car. Do not touch him. Get in the car.
What the fuck? Holy shit, this guy beats his family.
Right. Ahora. Tu nombre ahora. Señor, mi niño es en la carro.
It's the border. They probably speak English. They're border guards. I think they probably speak English. Mi niños es en the carro. Just shoot him, dude. Just fucking do it.
You hurt my baby! It's illegal. It's criminal. Two is criminal.
You hurt my baby!
You get in the car right now.
You hurt my baby!
Let me deal with it. Tu nombres. Tu nombre. Ahora.
Will you guys get him out? Make sure he's okay.
Oh my God.
Now. No tocar.
No tocar.
Oh my God. Some person.
They're not even doing anything. They're just fucking bewildered. Holy shit.
Tú es un criminal. Tu nombres. These guys, he threw with my kids in the back seat. He threw and shattered my window wide open with the kids in there. I want your names. Tu nombres.
Does any... What broke the window? So, like, the tires got popped because they ran through the checkpoint, but what broke the window? Was it just like a baton? One of them did, I guess? I mean, they're lucky they didn't again, if it's the border crossing, there's like a very... I don't know.
Okay. Is her seat clear?
Alright, so if I'm...
No, he won't have got cut.
Asher looks like he got cut. A little bit.
He got cut?
Asher got a little cut. Okay.
Put a camera on it. I want to see it.
Okay.
And there it is. That's what I was skipping through the video to find. There you go. Somehow I'm significantly more concerned with the damage having these parents is going to do to these kids than that little cut. Yeah, mortal wound that. Yeah. Recast parents. Holy shit. Jesus Christ. No
Right,
kid
I'm
seats,
totally-
no seatbelts. Well, they might have taken off the seatbelt. I don't know what age you're supposed to have kids in kid seats. I'm not a parent, so. Do you feel like this should be licensed for the state to take their kids? Do you feel like this shit is abuse? I mean, running through the Mexican-American border and then confronting the guards, I don't know. Which I definitely feel like it's a little sussy, right? Oh wait, hold on. I'm trying to find info. It seems like this isn't the border. It's just a toll booth for a bridge. Oh wait, guys, why would you say it's the border? Why would you say that if you don't know? Multiple people said it's the border. Why the fuck would you say that if you don't know? These are not border guards or cops, just security collecting toll. Okay, so the tires are going to get popped no matter what. Because that shit's just on like the ground. I don't know what broke the window though. Maybe the window just broke because they just like hit the pole with their car. I don't know. Why are you listening to random chatter? Because I saw like 5 or 6 people say it in a row. But you're right. You're right. You're right. Well, why would I ever trust you, motherfuckers? Jesus Christ. Why do you use Spanish, though? What the hell? Well, he was in Mexico. But, yeah. Why do you speak? He was in Mexico. Should have spoke Mexican. Yeah, why was he trying to speak Spanish, dude? He should have been trying to speak Mexican. All right, hold on. Let me try to take a piss. Try to take a piss. I hope I do it. I hope I succeed. I'm gonna do that, and then we'll read donations. You got this, fuck.
Go both those. Alright, so that puts a hold down on everything. So it should just be. I need to go turn on that last one. No! Fuck.
Anyway, the sovereign citizen shit, it's always good for a laugh, if nothing else. Deeply depressing that there are a lot of people out there whose, you know, class consciousness are so, you know, impeded that they think the best way to achieve personal liberation is through, Did you manage to do your piss? I did it! No, I did it! I did it! I nailed it. I didn't even miss. Hey, Jenny. Happy to see you watching the stream. Hope I can see you sometime soon. A friend of mine is watching, like an actual, in real life friend. Anyway, let's read some of these donations. Hold on. Did you hear about India Walton losing her election in the Buffalo mayoral race? Yeah, we talked about all that at the beginning. Anyway, let me read some of these. Rippy and Markinator, thank you for the $5 both. I will never play League on stream. What do you think of Bad Empanada statements that you think American lives are more valuable and you think your following is proof that Yankee leftists suck? What? I don't. Sake with the 2 consecutive $10 donations. Forget Love Island, Britbonger Island is Turf Island, and the BBC didn't have to just ruin porn, but now journalism too. Also, Tim Pool has COVID Vosh. Yeah, I heard the rumor. Isn't Love Island is like a super fucking horny Bachelor type show, isn't it? Like, Love Island is really, 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 really horny. More so than The Bachelor, at least. I'm surprised they can get away with that over there. Because, like, the Brits are prudes. Philippe Tessie and Indigo Cozy, thank you for the very kind $10 both. I really appreciate that. Here's another vaccine pitch. The illegal immigrant virus cells are crossing the border. You need to build a wall to protect yourself. Uncle Sam wants you. It might work. It might work. 44% of lesbian women have experienced intimate partner violence. 61% for bisexual women. I think the TERFs might be projecting a little. Maybe. It is sad. I mean, a lot of women in general have experienced partner violence, unfortunately. Benjamin and Bigololo, thank you for the $5 both. Really appreciate that. Yeah, insurance being tied to jobs fucking sucks. Imperium with the $6, thank you very, very much. I had seriously epic Warhammer 40k vibes from watching Dune. Well, Dune inspired a ton of shit, including Warhammer 40k, so that does make sense. Yeah, I'll try to watch it soon. I want to. Can I watch it at, like, home? Do I have to go to a theater? I don't have to go to a theater, right? Like, it's on... Can I, like, watch it on a service? HBO Max? Gotcha. I see Dead Llamas and Savage Dragon. Thank you for the $5 both. I don't know if my pop has, but I've never seen Babylon 5 Remaster. And yes, never talk over the judge. Sake with $10. Why does every Sovereign Citizen cop scene seem like one dialogue choice away from a porn scene? Yeah, well, that's what I said. I got weird champ for it. Kane699, Boy Meets Minnie, and the girl called Leia. Thank you for the tier 1 subs all. I really appreciate that. Love in Life with the 2 tier 1 subs. I'm a Bernie, a British exclusionary, radical, non-binary, inclusionary, egalitarian. It is a stretch, but I am funny. I think it's delightful. Thank you very, very much. I think you nailed it. Reza Sutra and Dr. 7th McCoy, thank you for the tier 1 subs both. Really appreciate that. Vosh Bad, but thanks for bringing me away from the alt-right. Here's some money to compensate. I did it all for the money. Thank you. I knew that I would pull you away from the alt-right. I was just waiting for that payout. Corin LV, Red Amber, thank you both for the tier 1 subs. And then Sparkle Fairy with the 6 gifted tier 1 subs. My goodness, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Jesus. Sake Tanuki, don't worry. Thank you for the $10. I promise we'll find a way to get all the OK Buddy Vosh memes in the wheelhouse when we do the meme review. Michael S. and Bagley, thank you for the $5 both. Really appreciate that. Seshunamaru, thank you for the 50 pesos. Hello, Vosh. Would you play Terraria Calamity? What's Terraria Calamity? Any chance you'll have Riley Grace Roshan on one more time? Probably not. Or too much drama with DM. It's not DM. It's Riley Grace Roshan said that she didn't want to interact with any like socialists and kind of had like a Joker moment a few times. Still alive and Ingy Bingy 2K. Thank you for the $5 both. Really appreciate that. Still alive. No sense in giving up. You were talking about colors earlier. Technology Connections episode about the color brown is S-tier educational YouTube content. Technology Connection. Okay, sure. Basically the original Hans. It is, I do have to say, like, it is not lost on me that the people I unfollowed are like Hans and like Flower, normal relation, whatever, the people on Twitter, like, have now dedicated their accounts to like just shitting on like the left, you know? I feel like I kind of called that one a little bit, didn't I? I mean, like, I feel like I might have my detection on who is or is not like a waste of time with regards to left advocacy. Might have been calibrated well.
How many? So I fit 5 making 50.
Oh well.
I
Marketing with the $5. No, Bad Empanada is legitimately mentally unwell. I keep saying this. I don't know what else to say. He's legit mentally unwell. He sometimes sends me like strings of DMs that read like Kiwi Farms posts or like 4chan like poll posts. He's like mentally unwell. I don't know. I don't know what else to say. Like, engagement with him in any kind of like protracted sense would be both fruitless and probably like borderline exploitative. Yeah, he's actually unwell. I don't. Okay. Sake and more cowbell 407. Thank you for the $10 both. Things are sucking in Western New York right now, looking like India Walton lost in ballot measures for same-day registration. No excuse, absentee, and better apportionment defeated. Yeah, it's been not the best. No doomering, Sake. Okay, we've got this in the long term, even if it's a longer term than our lifespan. TD Shum with a very kind $15. The new Critical Role campaign has been amazing so far. It's a great time to jump in if you're at all curious. I might. I've always been a little curious. And I do have stuff that I need to listen to while farming for shit in Diablo. Comrade Robin Hood and I See Dead Llamas, thank you for the $5 both. Really appreciate that. This couple reminds me of the couple from Better Call Saul who stole the money but think the husband had a right to do it. Yes, hugely similar vibes, 100%. Yeah, comrade. The Reichsbürgers in Germany are basically sovereign citizens, but they mass weapons, print their own money, and infiltrate the army and the police. A little more effective, then. Nettle with the incredibly kind tier 4 sub. I really appreciate that.
So many
Of most streamers, I agree with
screws.
you the closest ideologically. I also get immense enjoyment from your content in terms of humor and analysis, so well worth it. Thank you. That's a very
I need to
straightforward
fix
review
the
of my
bitrate
channel. I
issues on
appreciate how
this.
forthcoming you are. Seriously, I really appreciate the kindness. Thank you. Midnight Kitty Boy with the 5 gifted tier 1 subs. Thank you very, very much. Jacob Lopez, thanks for the $5. I did talk about it, and I brought it up in a video. Untrusted Life, thanks the very kind $10. Here's some money from an indie game dev. Keep up the good work. Thank you, but keep that money. You need it. I know how hard indie game development can be. I see Dead Llamas, the $5. A Majority Report, a fan wrote in and called Destiny a pedantic dingus, and Sam didn't disagree. Lol. Nice. I need to get on that in TYT, man. We got to spread our wings and fly. I like Sam a lot. Nell Rose and Co-op Looper, thank you for the $5 both. Looking for advice on an issue. My girlfriend's stepdad asked my girlfriend's sister, who is a nurse, to give him a fake jab so he can get a vaccine passport. Should I intervene? I don't know what you could really do. You could tell your girlfriend to tell her sister to not do it, but you don't have much direct control over that, right? I mean, that would be kind of up to them. Crimson Kaiser with a very kind $8. I live with my parents in rural Colorado, and many of the pro-mask candidates won in the school district I voted. Normally a pretty red school district. Nice. Colorado is generally a pretty good state, I've heard, so I'm happy to hear that. Maybe it's spreading out a bit. Foxy Mulder with a tier 1 sub. How do progressives get power if the establishment protects its status and the local elections are filled with normies that listen to national talking points? Because our ideas are better. That's the main thing. Seriously, that's our big win. Our ideas are better. That's it. Simple as that. That's our advantage. We have disadvantages, and that's our advantage. Our ideas are better, so we should focus on that. It's not like no disadvantaged group has ever won before. If that was the case, there would have never been like any revolutions ever, right? I mean, Tempest Brewer, thank you for the tier 2 sub. Welcome back. Love you. Happy to see you. Philippe Tessie with the incredibly kind $20. I'd like to petition for a Politics 101 channel taught by the cats to combat PragerU's kids channel. Cats would educate far more people. That would be nice. Come on. How cute was Pigeon playing with me with the finger bappies? She's so cute. My hand there. Right. We get just little dots from her sharp baby claws.
I need to go to class soon.
Those scratches from last night. Very cute. Cat channel win. Bring her on. Just trim her nails. I mean, yeah, we can. It's just she fights. Peepson34, thank you for the tier 1 sub. I really appreciate that. Thank you. I appreciate the kind words. Siler666, thanks for the 5. Have you heard in Canada conservatives are passing a $15 minimum wage? Yeah, but it's not real dollars. It's Canada dollars, so. Maria H, thanks for the 5. How do you recommend handling liberals and others who refuse to recognize Umberto Eco's 14 points of fascism, thinking it's too broad? I feel like you're subtweeting some people there. There's no such thing as an objective definition. The definitions that we use, we choose to use because they serve some utility. There's a purpose to them that brings value to us. Now, one thing that I've noticed when talking with fascists or noticing the history of fascist movements, it's that fascism, and especially fascist advocates, are ideologically incoherent, like massively so. If you take a look at what fascist movements have argued for historically, they vary hugely. And what fascist individuals argue for sometimes is like very contradictory, where people will talk about like socialist stuff, but then support fascist movements. It's like really, really complicated. Look at all like the Naz bullshit with like Dugan in Russia, or like look at the types of people who are fascists but support the USSR, right? This stuff's really complicated. The reason I think it's important to use the 14 points is because it's an effective way of distilling not the policy principles of fascism, but rather
Some
the
classmates are
cultural modes of
in
behavior
another
that feed
designated-
into it, you know? The things that tend to be associated with it. It's more important, I think, to look at the vibes, essentially. Now, is that very broad? Yes, because you're looking not at a specific, concrete, inclusive, and exclusive definition. You're looking rather at like a pointers and warning signs. But I don't think that makes it useless at all. That's how we check for a lot of other stuff, isn't it? Are you being abused? Do you have depression? It's usually, like, if you're asked these questions by a therapist, they usually don't ask you, like, they don't say, like, the definition of abuse or the definition of depression and just ask you if that's what you are, right? What they do is they ask you questions and they go through a list of points over and over, and you're very rarely going to be in line with every single, like, warning sign, but you'll often be in line with many of them. You go through symptoms, and if there's enough of it all together, it's, you know, it's then there's something to worry about. I think basically every political movement in history would adhere to at least one of Umberto Eco's 14 points. But if one is adhering to 10 of them, well, you know, that's a little further down the line, you know? Same with depression or abuse. Like, one of the abuse talking points is like, well, has your partner ever yelled at you? Well, I think most people have at some point either yelled at their partner or been yelled at by their partner. Like, people can argue when they're in healthy relationships. That's not abnormal at all. But it can still be a sign of other stuff. It's also possible to have an abusive relationship where people don't yell, but the point is it's about general indicators. The palingetic ultranationalism one is like a good, solid, concise definition, but I feel it's not as useful in understanding how fascist movements come about. Sake with a very kind $10. Vosh, no doomering. Also, Vosh, no okay buddy time. Not yet, at least. Also, Pokimane and Hassan at a game show where the points are forced to compete. They should be wearing masks. I didn't even know about the game show thing. Guys, has it been released live, the offline TV Squid Games thing? Or is it, like, been pre-recorded and it'll be released later?
What the fuck?
It was up this morning. I might take a look at it.
Why are there two?
Miko with the tier 2 sub. Hey, you should watch Critical Role. It just started and is amazing. Okay, maybe I will. I could probably learn something for my own DMing. Tempest, shut the fuck up. Not you two. Jesus Christ. Alright, hold on. Let me read some linkies. Happy to have you here with us, Air Windows. Sawdust John with the $2. This is a reference to the brain loop issue. This is a minute long. Oh, wait. Hold on. I think I know what this is in reference to. Wait, can I even watch this?
Demetrius, get off the game. Go to
Wait, this is going to be disgusting, isn't it?
the bathroom and take a shit. Now.
Hey.
Bathroom and shit now. Go to the bathroom and take a shit. I can smell you. Get off.
Hey,
Go to the bathroom.
Get out.
Go to the bathroom. I can smell you shitting yourself. Get up and go to the bathroom. Now.
No.
I don't want to watch.
Get up and go to
No.
the bathroom.
Not yet. What the hell?
Go to the bathroom. You're shitting yourself.
Not yet.
Go to the bathroom. You're shitting yourself.
Not yet. No.
I will rip everything apart. I swear to God. Go to the bathroom.
Not yet.
You're shitting yourself.
Not yet.
You're shitting yourself. Poop is coming out of your fucking asshole. Go to the bathroom.
Not yet.
Go.
Okay, I think that was from like an actual like audio, like apart from the added fart noises. I think that was like, audio recorded from somebody on Xbox Live or some shit. It was from a stream. What a fucking Sigma! Holy shit! Jesus Christ. The kid's actually mentally ill, though? Yeah, that's why I think it's Sigma. Also, like, even if your kid's autistic, what, are you not gonna yell at them to go use the bathroom? Wait, like, what does that change about the situation exactly? You know, like you walk in and your kid like shitting their own pants while playing video games while streaming, and you're like, ah, they're autistic. It's like, I feel like they're good. Yeah, bigotry, low expectations, unironically. They're good. They're vibing. God damn it. Oh yeah, I saw the Communist Party of the USA post a graphic kicking out Peter Coffin, Infrared, and Caleb Moppet, which is incredibly funny. This is the biggest dub that CPUSA has had for it in like 100 years. How cute is that, dude? They actually like... The art is cute. The art is super cute. Look, the CPUSA may be full of fucking feds, okay? But, like, as a meme, I just think there are issues with the CPUSA. However, there is no denying the fact that they're way better for America than any of the fucking people they're throwing out here. Who's the bottom left guy? That's Peter Coffin. This is the least federal agent the Communist Party of the United States of America has ever been. Why didn't they include me? Because they know I'm based. Which is also the least federal agent thing. Jerome Mark, thanks to the $5. You should bring Grace Blakely on.
Because we are at the moment, as a society, as you know, most societies, very, very fractured.
All right.
And this was obviously
well,
the whole
I'm gonna
goal
stop
of, like,
now.
economy was to
I
make
gotta
us
go
conceive
to
ourselves as
class. I'm
individuals,
gonna
as
keep
separate,
playing,
as
and
consumers,
hopefully.
as,
Oh, cool.
You know, homeowners, rather than as part of the class,
That stopped.
rather than as
So
part of the
I
majority,
can
as
now.
part of a group that would be capable of mobilizing to change.
Well, stop now.